This is the fallen angel Christopher Daniels, former TNA X Division champion and former TNA World Tag Team champion, and you are listening to the TNA Cross the Line podcast. Enjoy.
TNA Wrestling, Cross the Line.
And we're back with episode 39 of the TNA Cross the Line podcast. I am Bob Colling Jr. With me, as always, is Dallas Gridley. And Dallas, tonight is the NWA World Title match that we've been waiting for, craving for the last about 2 weeks. D'Lo Brown challenging NWA World Champion Jeff Jarrett. The only reason why D'Lo came into the company was because he was promised an NWA World Title shot, and by God, he's got it. No singles matches. He's won one six-man tag, but he's earned it. Are you down with the Brown tonight or what?
I'm not sure if I'm quite down with the Brown just yet, but I can guarantee one thing, and that is that D'Lo Brown, there's no way is going to beat Jeff Jarrett tonight. There is no way. But we'll see what happens. You know, just like you said, we've been waiting for this match for 2 weeks, man. I have been craving to see D'Lo Brown fight Jeff Jarrett for the NWA World Heavyweight title. Not Raven, not AJ Styles, D'Lo Brown. And we're getting it. And that's all we know that's happening on this show. At least as of right now.
Okay, yeah, right. So he's the storyline here is just as kind of uninteresting. For the most part. I mean, the guy just comes into the company and they're like, yeah, sure, we'll give you the NWA World Title match. He comes in, he's all like, oh, you know, WWE kept me down, handcuffed me, so I wasn't good enough, all this stuff. And then there's also, of course, S.E.X, where they essentially said, hey, D'Lo, we'll be there for you, but if and when you win, you've got to join S.E.X. And D'Lo's like, after thinking about it, he's like, you know what? Sounds good to me. Could he possibly win the belt but then still not join S.E.X?
Well, I think that he'd probably regret doing that because I think they're going to beat his ass if they do that. Now, I think that like ultimatum makes at least it like a little more interesting, but like S.E.X is it's already so far gone, and it was just what 4 weeks ago that Vince Russo left, and they're already kind of like meh. So, like, do we even care of that ultimatum? Not really, I feel like.
Well, I kind of dread it simply for the fact that I'm anticipating there being S.E.X all around ringside, and they're gonna get involved, and then Tenay's gonna be freaking out like, "Oh my God, could Jerry kick out? No, you can't go to S.E.X. No, no, no," and then all that stuff. So if I had to imagine, this is going to end up being a clusterfuck, and D'Lo's probably going to get screwed over.
I think that's the most realistic option here. Anyways, even if that didn't have the ultimatum, I don't think that this match was going to end clean to begin with. So, we'll see as we go into it. Now, the good news is that, or at least according to some of our news and notes, there are some other matches that we are going to be aware of before going into this show. So if you were a fan and you were reading specifically NWA-TNA.com articles between Bob Ryder and Jeremy Borash, at least on that forum, they discuss some other stuff. So we'll get into that here in a few minutes. So I think that's interesting that we've started to bring that in. If you've been following along, we've been deciding to go to the Wayback Machine and go to the NWA-TNA's old website and find some columns, which is pretty cool. And I think it's a nice little addition that we've kind of started tying into the show.
Well, the Wayback Machine is a great invention.
Yeah, and it works pretty good for what it is. Yeah, I don't know how.
I just think it's pretty cool to go back and read stuff from that era.
Oh, for sure.
So I think that's pretty cool. Well, so we can't forget that Alexis Laree, also known as Mickie James in later years, made her first appearance Well, her second appearance, but first appearance that we really remembered because she was, I guess, part of that lingerie battle royal thing.
Which is crazy that we forgot about that. But what's that tell you about what that meant to us?
Exactly.
Nearly 37 weeks ago.
Yeah.
And we also, Perry Saturn made a shocking
that's right.
debut, as well as did, Mabel, Viscera, Nelson,
Oh my God,
Frazier.
I forgot about Mabel.
Yeah, we'll touch on a little bit of all this through the news as well, news and notes. But I mean, spoiler, there's not a whole lot. Like I don't really know what's going on with that still. So,
Right.
now before we go any further, Bob, I got a couple things I want to bring up. First up, by the time this episode airs, I want to be the first one to wish you a happy early birthday, because 4 days from this episode's drop, it's going to be your birthday.
Wow, thanks, man.
So we're a little early on it as far as recording, but I don't want it to get brushed over, because Bob he's going to turn 25, and okay, he's not turning 25.
No, I'm not doing. I wish I was still 25, but that's not the case.
Yeah, well, I knew it was coming, so I had to bring it up. I didn't want you to think.
If for those wondering, I will be 53. So, thank you.
Yeah, he's been around a long time. He's completely gray.
But I'm getting there. The longer my hair goes, the more grays show, and Sarah lets me know every freaking time.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah,
so friendly. And then also, there's a couple things that have been happening that have been pretty cool that I want to just bring up. So now, all of this is happening over on our Twitter page. So if you're not following us, you might as well get the cheap plug-in right now, and that we are at Cross the Line TNA on Twitter. And so if you're not following us, highly recommend it. Recently, there was just another Impact Plus special. I'm specifically referencing Sacrifice. And I try to live tweet during the shows, and it's a lot of fun. A lot of Impact fans get involved, and we have conversations during the show and stuff. So it ends up being really fun and a really great time over on Twitter. But
you know what's funny is I know I'm sure you're gonna mention it, but one of our followers asked the page if we watched, and they specifically Dallas, did you watch?
Yeah,
because they know that I didn't watch it.
Which actually I thought was really funny, and I thought about that when I read it. Yeah. And I'm going to give this guy a shout out in just a minute as well. Yeah. But yeah, I thought it was so funny. They're like, yeah, Dallas, because they know Bob ain't watching that.
I ain't watching it.
Although one day Bob's going to surprise us, and all of a sudden it's going to be Bob's going to start tweeting and live tweeting. He's like, yeah, I'm watching Turning Point, and I'm like, what?
No, listen, dude. If it was on, if the TV show was on YouTube TV, I would at least have it on its background noise, and I've said that before. That I would definitely have it on my television.
Yeah, well, they do. I
know it's on Twitch and
which honestly,
whatever else. It's I don't want to go out of my way to do that. Just put it on YouTube TV. Put it on your YouTube channel. I'll even do that.
That would make it a lot easier. Now the Twitch page I actually really enjoy because I haven't watched it live on Twitch in a while, but generally when there's a commercial, they used to have Melissa Santos just come on and talk to people in the chat. So then you weren't getting commercials, or they show flashbacks, moments, old TNA moments and stuff like that. And I always think that was kind of cool. And I think that every single night, every Tuesday, they do the Steiner Math promo as well. People expect to see the Steiner Math promo during a commercial break.
They should. That should be weekly programming. No matter what you're showing.
Yeah, I think so too.
How much should be there?
Yeah. No, during that show, the Sacrifice show, over on Twitter, even people like Matt Cardona retweeted our page and stuff like that, which I thought was really cool, even though the tweet was not very cool. It was just a boring tweet I tweeted out during the match. But he liked it enough to retweet it, and he has a lot of followers. So getting more eyes on our page, I think, is always cool.
Sure.
I really enjoyed that. And then even recently, as of literally this morning, Johnny Storm even retweeted us. I don't know how I found Johnny Storm on Twitter, but I did it. Sometimes
now all you have to do is find Jason Cross.
I can't. I found a different Jason Cross. It's not the same one.
Yeah.
Although people tweet at him like it is, but I don't think it's him.
I don't think it is either. Because I remember looking at the page.
Yeah, I asked you, and you're like, nah.
I don't think it is. I mean, it could, but I don't think so.
I'm not going to risk it. I'm not risking it.
Right.
Until I got to do it. If I know it for sure, it's the person, I'll do it. But if not, I don't do it.
Yeah.
And then also, this is more follow up than talking about sacrifice and stuff. But I want to mention this follower real quick as well. I just mentioned to Bob off air, but before I lose it and go to one of my other notes, Alan Wojcik. I hope I'm saying his last name right. I know I'm infamous for saying him wrong, but a few weeks ago, I think this was during pay-per-view. Yes, 36. So it's a few weeks back at this point. So it's kind of old news if you're listening later. But Jeff Jarrett was escorted out by a bunch of security, and he pointed out that one of the guys in the front is actually Gordon Dunaway, who was a wrestling manager in the Nashville scene during the Asylum years. And I thought that was a really cool piece of news that I would have never known. And he actually went to a lot of these shows and such, so he likes to give us information like that sometimes, and I just think that's really cool.
Yeah, I'm not even aware of who that would be. The manager guy.
I'm not sure either. I don't think I've heard the name, but I'm sure someone does, and I just think that's really cool. Like, I think it's cool that that someone knows who that is, and they're like, "Oh, I know who that guy is," and they pointed him out to us, and we're learning something new all the time here on the show. But also,
yeah, I wonder if Alan went to those shows as just a fan or because I know he's
got a site, doesn't he?
Yeah, he wrote for one of the bigger websites. I can't remember. I don't want to say the wrong one.
Oh, here
I know that he was he did write for one. Like Insider maybe PWI. I can't remember.
I'm not seeing it in his bio. I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't know.
But regardless, yeah, that's a good point though. Well, maybe we'll need to reach out to him and ask. I think that'd be kind of fun to find out.
Yeah.
But also the one fan that Bob was mentioning earlier, he's at Snow Jordan on Twitter there, and we had a nice little conversation this morning, and he said that he wrote to us and said, "Thankfully, your awesome podcast lets me relive some of the more awesome moments from the start. Much better listening to you guys in my earbud than hearing my coworkers chatter. Between both your pods, 8 hours fly by." So we really appreciate that comment. And
here's my assessment on that comment. He 100% works in retail.
That's a good guess, man, because you have a similar situation.
He has to,
right?
Yeah, if I had a guess, and I could be wrong, I'm going to say he works in retail and he works overnight.
Oh yeah, because you used to do that as well. That makes sense.
Yeah, and let me tell you, if you work overnight, there tends to be some annoying ass people who tend to not be able to. That's why they work overnight, because they, daytime they won't survive. And being able to listen to podcasts would certainly help with that. And I haven't started listening. I only started listening to podcasts at work when I got my Raycon earbuds.
Yeah.
And I want to thank Raycon for sponsoring the podcast.
Yeah. Only if, but no, I that's a really good thought, because I have like a desk job. I'm a designer, so I just kind of sit at a desk and I listen to podcasts just to let time go by.
You're a snob.
But well, yeah. And sorry, a message on Twitter. Our Twitter just threw me off real quick. They asked if I was Bob. They're gonna really be sad when I tell them it's Dallas.
What? Someone's looking for me?
Well, actually, that's my next thing. But what I'm saying is the podcast thing I'm new to as well, and
is this Bob? Yeah, baby, I'm famous.
So
people love me.
Well, let me bring up that this
is it a direct message?
Well, yeah, it's the one I'm about to bring up right now. It's one I told you about off air. This is No Time for Wrestling. They have a website, notimeforwrestling.com, and their Twitter is at No Time for Rest, WREST. And they actually reached out during the Sacrifice show.
Also, are you Bob? I love it.
They
say no, but what do you need them? And then I can try to be like, you're my secretary.
Yeah, I can. Well, they asked me to be, or asked us, and I just
asked Bob. He's looking for me.
They thought it was Bob. They're really disappointed, I think. Wait till I tell them. They reached out and asked if we wanted to be a contributor to their top 10 rankings of the week that they put onto their website in exchange for essentially promoting our podcast. So I said, yeah, I'll do it. And that'll be on our social channels as well. I'm sure you probably already saw it by the time you're listening to this podcast, but I did provide my top 10 of the week from a lot of shows because, as Bob knows, I watch too much wrestling.
Way too much.
Um,
This could backfire in my face up. Is what if you're like, oh no, it's me, Dallas, and he's like, okay, thank God.
I'm gonna find out right now. Actually, it's Dallas, and he's gonna be really sad. But yeah, so I just wanted
we didn't want that idiot Bob. Oh, God, thank God, man. All right, thank you for your educated feedback.
No, the sad thing is they probably wanted you because of WrestlingRecaps.com, and they're probably, oh, if we can get this guy, it'd be cool. And then they're like, oh, it's Dallas. What's he do?
Well, I don't know.
Hey, I thought what I did was pretty well written for writing it early this morning, and I thought it was fun. I actually had fun doing it because I actually had to like think about the shows I watched.
Right.
So it was cool, and actually it was pretty easy. This was a pretty good week in wrestling as far as like title changes and like shocking moments and stuff. So it was pretty easy to do a top 10.
Yeah, like I wish I could do a top 10 like present day. I don't know. I don't know enough people. I don't know the angles or nothing. So I have no idea.
Yeah, and now full transparency, a lot of the shows I listen to, I don't like Raw and SmackDown. I listen to. I don't really have my full attention. Even NXT, like I watched it a little more than I normally do this week, but I pretty much watch. I try to watch Impact and really AEW as focused as I can. But besides that, the other ones are all background noise to me.
Do you still watch Ring of Honor at all or no?
Oh man, I haven't watched Ring of Honor in a long, long time.
Okay. At least you have some.
I used to also watch NWA when it was on YouTube because it used to be what I did is on Tuesdays after work I'd come home, I'd watch NWA while I'm cooking, then AEW Dark was on, and then Impact was on right after that. So
Jeez, that was all on a Tuesday?
Yeah, it was.
Oh, wow.
Now it's Dark and Dark I listen to as well. I don't fully watch Dark. And then Impact, but I generally don't get to watch Impact live recently, generally. But
wow, okay.
Yeah, there's a lot. But I guess if there's anything else, Bob, I just wanted to get those shout outs in here before we got to our news and notes. I think that, like I said, a lot of really cool stuff's happening. And we appreciate everyone's feedback and comments over on our social channels. It's been really great.
Yeah, before you get into the news and notes, I just want to point out right now. So we're going to be watching this show. And I have my TV on as I normally do. And I have it on Pluto TV, and they're showing, I think it's Lockdown 2013. And this video package is actually heavily featuring D'Lo Brown.
Really? Look at that.
For Aces and Eights. So I just thought it was kind of funny that's going on. I think it's 2013.
Hey, dude, if it is, that's really funny because I just watched it. I told you, I think recently, I just watched part of that show on Pluto TV. So they must have just been like, we'll cycle through this 2013 Lockdown show a little bit.
Oh, they show the same shit over and over. It's just like Cops. Like, I think Cops has the same 15 episodes. They just loop it.
Oh, yeah. It's the same idea then. That's pretty funny.
Yeah. So I just figured I don't know. I have ADHD. I need like 17 things going on. So if I start reading a magazine as well, crazy. Who knows? I don't know.
You never know what's going to happen. Bob will look up and it's like, wow, D'Lo's, he's got a hammer in his hand. It's like, wait, Bob.
You just hit Jeff Hardy. Wow, fuck.
Jumping ahead a few years.
A decade, but it's okay.
Well, you know. Well, there's a lot of cool news and notes here this week, actually, and we will dive a bit into the Wayback Machine on NWA-TNA.com as well, so hold on tight, because we got a lot to talk about. First off, actually, before I go into that, I want to go to let's do the poll response. I hate tying that in a later thing. I'd rather just get that out of the way and just say it.
Okay.
So last week, Bob, it was kind of average show, and you actually were more tilting down toward it, and it was not a great show by any means. There's some cool moments and stuff like that, but what do you think that the readers of The Observer thought about it?
I'm actually gonna say they went thumbs down.
They did.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah, 77.8% gave it a thumbs down.
Wow.
And only 16.7% gave it a thumbs in the middle. 5.2% gave it a thumbs up. And I'm not going to tell you the numbers of how many gave it what, because it's pretty bad. And now Dave does go on here to say, based on our response, it was a double negative. Both the weakest response, but more importantly, another low response.
Dallas, you need to give us the totals.
Well, 2 people gave it a thumbs up, okay? 2!
Oh, that's awesome.
28 gave it thumbs down, which actually, that number is like, I feel like I keep seeing in the 20s, so that's not
Yeah,
too shocking.
yeah.
And 6 were in the middle. So, needless to say, it was a very low response.
That is awesome. Well, the reason why I said thumbs down is really because if you look back at the card,
The card is weak.
The card's pretty weak, and then that Statistic Madness match was pretty much nothing.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you gotta be bleeding first before you can lose or win or whatever. It's like, you know what, whatever.
Yeah, and we'll get into that. There's some interesting stuff about that even.
No.
Well, what do you think the best match was, according to the readers as of last week? Because to be honest with you, not a whole lot stands out from this show.
Well, nothing stands out as a clear and obvious one, probably on paper even. But
that's right. I know which one we thought was the best for sure.
Right, which was Sanders against AJ Styles, which is a complete shocker for really Mike Sanders. Like, who would have thought that in 2003? Which makes me feel as if that's not what the fans voted, because you said it like that. So I'm gonna say, I'll say that they went with the mixed tag match, Cash and Trinity against Laree and Red.
Actually, I didn't think that one was too bad either, but actually they went with D'Lo Brown versus Chris Harris.
See, that would have been my second guess.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, but I don't think that was that good at all.
I don't recall thinking it was anything special.
Yeah, that's a weird choice.
I even like Conan and Jerry Lynn a bit. Like, I didn't mind that match. If I remember correctly, I thought it was fine.
I think it was okay.
I'm just gonna give you the worst match because I think this was a little
David Flair and Dusty.
It's David Flair and Dusty Rhodes. I mean, that match was
we know that.
Not good, and it was literally minutes long.
I think it was like 2 minutes and 32 seconds, something like that.
Yeah. Yeah, so fun stuff. We'll get into some stuff, just touching base on what happened last week as well. But before that, apparently we got some news here that our old buddy Quiet Storm, or as it's listed here, former TNA wrestler Quiet Storm of the Divine Storm tag team, he is going to be living in Japan for the next 3 months training. And why I bring this up? If for 2 reasons. He's listed as former TNA wrestler, and also we won't see him at least for 3 months if he ever comes back.
Well, what's funny is I think here today in 2021 that he lives in Japan.
I'm pretty sure he does.
Yeah. So, I mean, I know that he would come back. I don't think he goes back to TNA, but he for sure does indies stateside.
Mm-hmm.
And then he probably later on moves to Japan.
Interesting.
But I'm surprised that he would be, I don't want to say popular, but would reach so much success in Japan because, looking at the guy, at least in 2003, is a small guy, doesn't really seem to have that much popularity. Like why do I keep on saying popularity? He's a small guy. He doesn't seem to have a lot of charisma. But I mean, if you look at him now, 20 years later, guy's fucking thick.
Yeah, you can tell it's got to be pretty early in his career at this point. If I had to guess, so it makes sense. But yeah, that dude's huge now.
Yeah, he definitely looks like a Japan type of guy now.
For sure.
Well,
there's some interesting stuff kind of regarding our numbers and stuff like that. So after seemingly peaking 2 weeks ago, and lower numbers on the March 19th, seemingly easy to explain because of the war. We discussed that on last week's news notes. The March 26th show was a disappointment on every level, although surprisingly, there were people internally, and this is actually the scary part, he says, who thought it was better than the March 19th show. It definitely wasn't, by the way.
No, there's no way.
Yeah. Now, he was told that fewer freebies were given out and that the percentage of that paid was higher than it has been, except for the 2 weeks earlier. However, the place cleared out early, and there were noticeable gaps at ringside from about midway through the show. And I do remember seeing that and kind of being like, oh, it's kind of looking a little empty over there. So, internally...
What side was that on?
Man, if I remember correctly, I feel like I noticed it even when we were at the hard cam, like on the left, like our left side screen. I feel like I saw people clearing out over there.
Okay, because if it was on the like behind Tenay and West. That seems to always be.
Well, that always happens too. Yeah.
Yeah, that's always the side that gets depleted a little bit.
Yeah, for sure. Apparently, this is some. I was actually really surprised about this news. Apparently, D'Lo Brown suffered a concussion and needed 7 stitches from a hard-way chair shot by Jeff Jarrett.
Really?
Yeah, so he got pretty messed up.
Well, he is Stone Cold Jeff Jarrett.
That is true. And also, some other interesting news is that the original plan was for Jeff Jarrett to actually wrestle Raven on the April 2nd show, but it was changed because Raven was burned out and asked for the show off last week. So he actually wanted time off. So they
wait. Raven said he was burnt out.
Yeah.
What? How?
I wouldn't be surprised if that's kind of a carryover from. I mean, he left WWE and like 2 or 3 days later he jumped to TNA, but so maybe that's just what it was. And he had been doing a lot of hardcore matches, like kind of beating himself up, a lot of cuts and stuff like that. So maybe he just wanted a little time to kind of chill.
Well, maybe in that regard, yeah. And I know that he's been doing like Ring of Honor already too, so he's probably traveling to.
That's a good point too. I forgot about that even too. So I can understand it. And you know what? Fine. Get the D'Lo title match out of the way. The one we want's Raven.
I'm surprised they haven't done it already. Like the fact that they've held off for so long.
Mm-hmm.
Because really, once Jarrett beat AJ Styles back in February, I probably would have thought around the time when Raven and Styles had that ladder match that Jeff would have just fought Raven.
Yeah, I think so too. So I'm surprised as well. Now, we also know that the biggest surprises this week were Perry Saturn and, as Dave says, this nearly 600-pound man who they just referred to as formerly known as Mabel and Viscera. I just like the way he worded that, so I wanted to say it. But, which I think is ridiculous because, as Bob said, he already forgot that he even came out, and so did I until I read this. The fact that he literally came out, did a leg drop. I think that he did what, a leg drop or a power bomb or something, and then he left.
Well, I think that his ring name in TNA should be the man formerly known as Mabel and Viscera. Because can you just imagine the nameplate for that?
It would just say FKA Mabel and Viscera. Right. So it would still kind of look like it's Mabel Viscera.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have the F. Have that formerly known as in really small font.
Mm-hmm.
And then just have Mabel/Viscera, and people are like, oh my God, that guy's here.
Yeah, I like that. Now, as you mentioned too, that 8-man tag, the B&S match or whatever they called it,
Sadistic Madness.
S&M. I couldn't remember what the initials were. It was a total mess, and nobody could have looked good in it, Dave says. But an interesting note about that match is that the reason that they didn't advertise the stipulations for this match is because Vince Russo hadn't figured out what they were ahead the previous week when it was announced. So they announced a match, but then they didn't know what they were going to do.
Yo, bro, here we go. I got this idea, bro. Sadistic Madness, bro. All right, yeah, Vince, that sounds great. But like, what is it, bro? Don't worry, bro. I'll figure it out.
Yeah, we'll do it.
Narrator. Next Wednesday at 7:55 p.m. Vince, what's the stipulation? Bro. You're hounding me, bro. I don't know yet. Vince, the show starts in 5 minutes. We need to know. Okay, bro. You ready for this, bro? Here we go. The only way you can win, bro, is if you're bleeding, bro. You got to beat a guy who's bleeding, bro. I love it. How about it? So then you go, okay, so it's like a street fight? Yeah, bro, but Sadistic Madness.
Well, that's exactly how I'd explain it.
It's like a hold harmless match.
Oh, I know. We were talking about that too. Like, why do they call it that?
But it's just no holds barred. I love it. Come on, just change the name of stuff.
Yeah, it was like, why? Why are we changing names of stuff? I don't know. You know what though? What they ended up doing as far as like the idea of the stipulation, I think ended up being better than just what I expected, which was literally a street fight. So I didn't mind that there was a little twist on it. Like, okay, you got to make him bleed and then pin him. Like, okay.
I would have had, I know I've said this last couple episodes. I would have had a spike involved, and like handcuffing him to like the ropes or something. You know, sadistic madness, S&M. You know, people.
Yeah, you
do
think of
stuff.
you think of something more violent and like, something like that. Yeah, I think that makes sense. I get what you're saying for sure.
But instead, it's just a street fight, and the only way that you can win is if they're bleeding. So,
yeah,
whatever.
Now, as I said, Mabel, Viscera, Frazier, whatever the hell you want to call him, he powerbombed Daniels, allowing Saturn to get the pin on him. And after, of course, Ron Killings is the one who came out with him. Now, Dave says here, in other words, after turning heel on Jarrett last week, Killings was a babyface this week with no explanation. But I guess they aren't predictable. So they keep switching shit around. Now, even not including that, the booking made less sense than usual, starting with Styles coming into the S.E.X dressing room with a chainsaw, threatening to dismember Glenn Gilberti unless he got in the ring with him, because he caused him the match with Raven. So I guess if you think about it, a lot of weird shit did happen last week. I didn't really think about the Killings like kind of flopping a little bit there, but honestly, like that's whatever. The chainsaw thing though, I was thinking a lot about this chainsaw thing this morning before getting on here, and we've mentioned before that Styles was a landscaper at the time. So do we think that maybe was one of his chainsaws?
Probably. I don't see why it wouldn't be. I don't know if I really took Ron Killings as being a babyface per se. I kind of thought it was just him and Nelson Knight or Mabel, just kind of doing their own little thing. I could still see him going after Jarrett. I wouldn't see how he's suddenly back to being a good guy.
Me too. I thought the same thing, and that's I think the part that was weird to me.
Yeah,
but I guess it's because he helped the faces win the match, which was Saturn and the New Church. So I get what he's saying, but it was an interesting point, I guess, because I mean it is weird. I mean they do. That's just what we're here for, though.
Yeah, I mean I don't like Russo has always been the type of guy where everybody there's a gray area for everyone. So like this week I could see Ron Killings beating up Saturn and Sandman and New Church with Mabel for no reason.
Yeah, and I don't see why that's an issue. He's kind of all over the place. I think that can work for certain people.
Yeah, I mean I'm fine with it, but
yeah,
I'm not fine with Mabel being there.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm a huge fan of that either, but I think we did find out last week that he doesn't actually end up wrestling. Is that correct? I think we figured that out.
Yeah, he doesn't wrestle.
Oh, so if he just pops up, then that's fine with me then. And of course, we know that Jarrett is back using the guitar because he hit Eric Watts with it, which I think is pretty exciting. So I just wanted to remind everyone that the guitar is back after he wouldn't touch it. Is that the
first time he's used it?
I believe that was the first time, at least to my knowledge. Someone can correct me if I'm wrong. That Jeff Jarrett himself used the guitar. Like, right. Not that it was like because Russo was trying. Yeah, so I'm pretty sure. I don't remember him even touching the guitar to like use it before this. So I could be wrong, but we've seen a lot of shit happening in the TNA Asylum. So
that'd be a good trivia question. Who was the first guy that Jeff Jarrett hit with a guitar in TNA?
There we go. We
no one would say. Question. No one would say Eric Watts.
No way. Some new news here, and that is that apparently there's going to be a new commissioner in a few weeks.
Oh, great.
In case you didn't like that, we've already gone through 4 of them. We've gone through a lot.
There's been Steamboat, Bob Armstrong, J.J. Dillon.
And then I was almost considering like a Jackie Fargo right in the beginning. Although actually,
the first episode maybe.
I guess he wasn't commissioner, but they referenced him a lot. But then we also had Bill Behrens kind of was an authority figure for a little bit on screen. And then also the one guy, I can never remember his name. Is it Will? No, it's Will. Maybe it's not. It's the NWA president guy. Who's he?
Oh my God. I know who you're talking about. The big guy.
He was here once.
Yeah.
He was like once, and then the second time he didn't have his pants on.
Right.
That guy.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about, yeah. Backstage he was all tied up and stuff, yeah.
Yeah, well, sorry, I can't remember his name, but regardless, we've kind of gone through a decent amount of people, so I just can't wait to see who they're going to use next.
Yeah.
Apparently, I forgot about this too, but they did tease the problems between Harris and Storm, and that was the backstage thing, I believe, where Harris was like, "I want to have a singles match with D'Lo Brown." Now, apparently, management sees the two as a team, as having run their course, and wants to turn Harris heel, which of course is going to be a very controversial decision to say the least, since Harris and Storm are one of the few acts have gotten over without a major storyline push. They just win and have good matches. So I do believe if that's going to happen, it is a major mistake.
Is that you saying that, or is that Dave saying that?
That part's me.
Okay. They've really been a tag team with even their name, America's Most Wanted, since what, November?
Oh, dude,
Of 2002?
Yeah,
so
I mean,
you're saying they ran their course and it's only April of 03?
Well, they've been technically teaming up since the second
The beginning.
Show. Yeah. I don't know when we officially got their name. We pointed out on an episode when it was on their nameplate and when they were announced as that. However, people in the audience and stuff were calling them that for a while.
Yeah, weeks before that, yeah.
Regardless, a year as a tag team and one that works very well together at that, saying it's run the course, I don't think that's a good move.
That's ludicrous.
I think it's wrong.
If they were to break them up, your tag division at that point would be what? XXX, New Church, Sanders and Gilberti, and then what? The Hot Shots?
Yeah.
Like, you need to have America's Most Wanted in there. And I think, sure, they've won the title a few times already, but I'm not at a point right now where I'd be like, oh, okay, well, I want to see these guys in a singles role. No. There's more value in them as a duo.
100%. And as Bob mentioned as well, Alexis Laree debuted, or she made at least her in-ring wrestling debut, not a lingerie battle royal. And even Dave hasn't said that this is her debut. So screw that lingerie battle royal. Now, he does say that as they made the mistake of exposing Trinity, who looked like a superstar the week before, as she just did a few hot moves and nothing else, wearing this hot ring costume. And this week, Dave said the hot ring costume, by the way. This week, she wore a costume that made her look like any woman on the indie scene who had done a little juice, and in trying to work with a woman wrestler, exposed, like it did the last time they tried it, her weakness. Which I don't know if I fully agree with his statement here about that exposed her for being not a good worker, although we did point out that Laree was definitely I think you could tell she was a good worker at this point as well.
I think if you were to compare Laree and Trinity, it's very obvious that Laree's the better worker, yeah.
Yeah, so in that regard, he's saying that he exposed her weaknesses, but I don't think she necessarily looked bad. I think if you put her in the ring with Hollywood, I mean, you're comparing, you can almost say apples and oranges. Trinity at least can do moves and work, whereas Hollywood is there, she can come out in a bikini and that's about it. She's not gonna be able to work a match. I think Trinity can work a match still.
Yeah, but I think that with Trinity, she was looking pretty good. We were impressed by her. So you are kind of diminishing her by having someone better than her.
Who's more experienced.
Yeah. So I could get that. That'd be okay. Let's say, I'm trying to think of a good example.
I mean, listen, I get what he's getting at. I just think he's almost being a little too harsh on Trinity.
Well, yeah, I mean, I don't think she sucks, but the room for improvement was more apparent with Laree than it would be with Desire.
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
So maybe that was a misstep.
Yeah.
Don't put them in the same ring together. At least not yet. But when you don't have a lot of women wrestlers, I mean, what can you do?
What can you do? Exactly. Now, we do have some more bad news. So we did mention that D'Lo Brown got some injuries. Now, apparently there were some other injuries on the show. And that were Sandman getting a neck injury in the main event.
Wow. Okay.
Don Harris got 8 stitches on his head. Conan aggravated an old neck injury. And then apparently Kid Cash suffered a knee injury on a March 28th house show in working for Gateway Championship Wrestling. So Bob, you might even mention that match later on.
Yeah, I will be, yeah.
And no word on the serious of it other than he couldn't work the rest of the weekend as far as Kid Cash. So a lot of people were getting hurt last week. So there's that.
Well, if we see Kid Cash this week, it should be interesting to see if he has any lingering effects from that.
For sure.
Same with Conan and Sandman and everybody else.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of stuff was going down. Now, speaking of Conan, so he says in the world's strangest feud with Conan versus Jerry Lynn, he won cleanly in the first meeting, but after the match, a masked man who Conan acted like he didn't know, ran in. Now, I got who it is, Bob. I found out who the luchador is. And now this is the typical, it's someone and we're going to probably pretend it's someone else. So I don't mind sharing this information. Do you want to take a guess of who was under that mask last week? I'll say this to make it a little bit easier. You could guess it. I mean, we've seen them on these shows before.
Chris Vaughn.
Ooh, that would have been that's a good guess actually. But it was actually Shark Boy in another outfit.
Oh, okay.
So he says, I guess with the idea that they can have a luchador who doesn't do lucha and also save on plane fare. So we'll see if we actually see him like wrestle, I guess. But
that would be annoying if it was the Shark Boy.
Yeah, I hope it's
wrestling
not.
Yeah.
But and then it does mention again that Len has not been happy working with Juventud Guerrero, saying that Guerrero only cares about getting himself over and not having a great match. So that got brought up again this week.
The juice, baby. Gotta get the juice over.
I like the juice, but whatever. I get it. Apparently, Dutch Mantel of IWA, who lives in the Nashville area, was backstage at the show doing interviews with Conan and D'Lo Brown for their upcoming tour to Puerto Rico. Jeff Jarrett was also apparently asked to do the tour, but he's so busy with TNA he couldn't go.
He didn't want to.
He's like, "You ain't gonna put me over? Can't do that."
Am I winning this strap? No? All right. No. I ain't going. Choke on that, slap nut.
Yeah, really. Now, apparently, according to live reports, last week the best match on the show was actually one of the explosion matches that we covered, where James Storm defeated Doug Williams.
Oh, okay. That doesn't surprise me.
Yeah, so apparently that was the best match on the show last week. So that was a fun little part of the live report. And I got 2 more things, and then we'll dive into the NWA-TNA.com. AJ Styles, publicly was critical of the company, as privately several other people in the company have told us, for the incident where Lollipop showed her boobs. It was just a couple weeks ago. Styles is very religious and has been uncomfortable with some things the WWE had done. As far as him calling Gilberti, well, the F word that we don't want to say on the show here, and how that seemed a little contradiction. I don't recall him actually saying this to Gilberti, by the way.
I don't remember him saying that.
Apparently he did. I'm wondering if it was during the chainsaw thing, and we just didn't hear it because we were talking about it.
Yeah.
But he is saying he's been hearing contradictory stories on whether it was scripted or not. So here's
the thing with that. Okay, AJ Styles is religious.
Yes,
and religious people tend to dislike people who are the equivalent of that slur. That hate homosexuals.
I would say that's a general stereotype thing.
Yeah. So I could see if he were to have said it in a non-scripted manner, that's why he said it, because people in his group are jackasses and have a discrimination of sorts against people who aren't like them.
Yeah. So pretty interesting. Now, of course, if you remember, this was a while ago, that Jerry Jarrett publicly came out against BG James using the word, and James did privately apologize to Jarrett for saying it, although it was never acknowledged publicly. So this has already been a controversial thing. So it is interesting if he did say it during this promo, that I guess I'm going to have to go back and listen to. That interesting to know if it was what's kind of going on with that. And to end the news and notes here, I have a little bit of good news, and that is that
Thank God.
Yeah, I know. Perry Saturn is planned to be a regular on the shows in between his Japan tours.
Oh my God, it's one of those things again.
Well, we got to do what we can.
Well, I think Perry Saturn would be really good in the in Japan. So I hope he does well there. But that's kind of annoying that he wouldn't be sticking around.
Yeah. So I'm gonna try to cut some of this out because if you want to go and read some of these articles on NWA-TNA.com from back in the day, you can, and you can go to the Wayback Machine yourself. Type in NWA-TNA.com, and you can do that. I know we had a little bit longer of a notes section to begin with, so I'll kind of try to hit some of the highlights here. And my first section is actually the notes from backstage, which is written by Bob Ryder. And so this, I believe, was, I didn't write the date down. I should have. I believe it was on like April 2nd. Or no, not April 2nd, because that's a show we're watching. I think it was a couple days before, unless it was April 2nd. Regardless, he mentions that this is the night that D'Lo Brown has been waiting for. And so he's really hyping up D'Lo's world title shot here. He's been getting a great reaction, and it's going to be interesting. Is he going to choose to join forces with S.E.X if he wins? And he says chances are he's going to hear a boo or two tonight. So who knows what's going to happen with D'Lo Brown. Now he goes on to say, here's some some news kind of going to the show. I actually got two pieces of news here. This is where they announced some matches. Jerry Lynn told us a few weeks ago that he was going to concentrate on rebuilding the X Division. During that time, though, it's been Kid Cash who has actually done it. While Lynn has been sidetracked dealing with Conan and his luchador invasion, Cash has been defending the X Division title against top competition. That could all change tonight, though, when the two men square off for the belt that Lynn says he put on the map. Cash will be going to this match with a knee injury he suffered over the weekend, but says he'll be ready tonight. So, at least as of this writing, Jerry Lynn versus Kid Cash for the X Division titles happening on this show.
That's not a bad co-main event.
Absolutely not. Now, he also goes on to say, also scheduled for tonight is a wild 6-man tag team match between the teams of Ron and Don Harris and Christopher Daniels, facing off against Sandman, Perry Saturn, and their mystery partner. So, we're already getting a tease that we got a mystery partner. I'm pretty excited to see who's that going to be, because I would assume we're going to see someone new, or they could disappoint us and it could be someone really lame.
Well, every week it's somebody new, and to an extent it gets old when every week it's a new surprise. But I'm a sucker for it because I'm a wrestling fan.
Well, that's how we do it, right?
Yeah, so I wonder who it could be.
Yeah, and now he also says during this article that we've had some conversations with some interesting names in recent days. Some of the people calling the TNA offices might surprise you, and hopefully we'll be able to move beyond the conversation stage soon. And then he even says that that some positive stuff for TNA is that they're going to be the subject of a major story in an upcoming issue of the Nashville scene. So we're getting some press. We're getting people calling. Well, apparently. So
this is just Bob Ryder trying to spark interest. That's all that is.
Well, it's working, Bob. It's working for me.
Well, who the hell would be calling?
I don't know. Big
Hi,
Sexy.
it's me, Dennis Stamp. I am jumping on my mini trampoline in the backyard. I'm not booked. Book me.
I think it's like Big Sexy, Big Papa Palm, Stinger.
Well, Sting could be there, but Scott Steiner and Kevin Nash are in WWE, sir.
Well, they could still be calling. Gotta move past the conversation stage.
I guess.
He tells like a funny April Fool's Day story where apparently Rudy Charles has decided to leave TNA, and then he finally fessed up. Haha, it's a joke. I'm not actually gonna leave, which I thought was funny because then he eventually, of course, does. But a while down the road.
Yeah, it's way longer. But what if
I just like that.
What if Rudy Charles was like, "Oh, I'm leaving the company," and then he's like, "No," but then TNA officials are like, "No, you're good. You're fired."
Yeah, thanks for the joke. Bye.
Yeah, we don't actually need you. That's why
Is that,
we have Mike Posey now. See you later. You're fired.
I don't know if I'd really joke with my employer and be like,
Mm-mm.
"Hey, I'm leaving soon."
No.
Like, that's kind of weird.
Today's my last day. Well, here's your exit interview. Wait, I was kidding. Well, we already filed the paperwork. You're fired. You can't.
Yeah, well,
You don't work here. Like, oh my God, this is horrible.
Yeah. He does hype up the quality of Explosion has been getting better, and he does say some of the names that are on it, but I'm going to hold off since we talk about that right before we start the show. And that they have been taping the matches for Explosion beginning at 6:25 p.m. prior to pay-per-view. So if you're planning to attend an upcoming show, be sure to get there early. Now, as we know, that also means you better have a paid ticket or you're not getting in until, well, after the first match at least.
Right.
So,
I've been really surprised with the talent they've been using for Explosion, which makes me even want to watch it more. But here we are, not watching it.
Well, we have a known name being brought in this week, so hold tight. We'll get there.
Okay.
There's actually talks here. I won't read the whole thing because it's kind of long and for no reason. But apparently they're trying to hint at the fact that Air Paris, who is a partner with AJ Styles in WCW, actually may be coming in, or at least that they're gonna say he's a great addition to the roster because he's trying to get back into in-ring shape after WCW folded and he took time off. So who knows? Maybe Air Paris might show up.
Well, if you were to, I'm sure that's probably AJ Styles looking out for his buddy.
Oh, I think so as well. And I cut a decent amount out there, but that's some good stuff from the Bob Ryder section. And now we'll just touch a little bit here on From the Inside with Jeremy Borash.
Okay.
So he starts off, greetings again. We have lots of big news to get to, so on with it. Let's talk about some big news, he says. He says that this is just kind of, I think this is interesting, and it's just kind of bouncing off of all the injuries. So Father James Mitchell in his promo said that he was going to turn the TNA Asylum into the TNA Slaughterhouse. And as it turns out, he lived up to that promise. The main event last Wednesday night resulted in several trips to the hospital. And now we talked about pretty much all of these. And he even goes on to continue about D'Lo suffering that possible concussion and having stitches. And he was taken to the hospital. But they kept the cameras rolling after the show went off the air as Brown bled heavily in the ring. And he was taken to the emergency room following the show. And a camera was brought along, but was not allowed to video inside the hospital. But in the hospital, they spotted Bowser from Sha Na Na fame. Oh, whatever. And who's a wrestling fan, vowed to order the pay-per-view last week after seeing the influx of TNA talent who were in the hospital waiting to be worked on. So that's a weird reason to want to watch a show because everyone's getting hurt and is in the hospital.
Yeah, what? Like, okay. Well, maybe he's thinking that it's, intense or,
yeah, I'm sure that's what it is.
Crazy violent.
But it's funny. I just think it's funny.
Yeah.
He did say that the Raven video package that aired was one of his favorite to date. And I think that was kind of hyping up the fact that he was eventually getting a title shot. It was kind of a random video package, but I'll take it.
Well, he's the one that fucking produced it, probably. So of course he loved it.
Yeah, it's one of his favorites. He goes on to say that he would imagine that Alexis Laree would be back soon because she was impressive, and TNA was impressed with her. Which is super fun. Now, this is fun. We've talked about this before. Head of State, the movie with Chris Rock, that opens as of at least the writing of this, and on that day, and has a great segment of Chris Rock getting an ass kicking from several of the TNA crew. Athena is also shown in the movie. Chris Rock has been using that segment as a clip shown when doing talk shows, which already received good reviews pretty much across the board. So some positive news there about that movie that they filmed partially at the TNA Asylum.
Yeah, I'm not surprised that he would use the wrestling clip for a talk show, because I feel like talk shows really treat wrestling as kind of like, oh, wow, you got your butt kicked by a Road Dogg. That's all right. Well, check it out in theaters this Friday.
Well, when they're showing it and they're like, oh, is that WWF stuff?
Oh my God, yeah. I love watching like sport, like let's say I'm watching a football game, and there's a hard tackle, and it's like, oh, look at that WWF SmackDown that just happened on the field. It's like, oh my god, dude. And of course, it's like a 65-year-old out of touch commentator. He's like, oh my god, it's like Hulk Hogan slamming Big John Studd out there. All right, Jim, back to you.
It's always so obscure. It's like when you meet someone new and they're like, oh, you like wrestling? You know who? You know who Andre the Giant is? And it's like, yeah. Or they'll be like, oh yeah, Macho Man Savage. You like Macho Man Savage? And they'll like say their names wrong, but like you, as wrestling fans, you're like, oh, okay, I know what he's getting at.
Dude, there's a buddy of mine at work who will talk like AEW with me sometimes, or whatever, and he knows I'm a huge Macho Man Randy Savage fan. Mm-hmm. So he goes, hey Bob, you know, like the first time he ever brought him up, he was like, you know that Randy Man Macho Savage, you know him?
Let's see, the pieces there.
Yeah, it's every time. Like, I corrected him one time. I was like, yeah, Randy Macho Man. Yeah, that guy. But then like every day after that, whenever he brings him, yeah, Macho, Man Macho Randy, whatever his name is, Macho King or something. I'm like, yeah, what about him? Like, yeah, remember when he did that move or whatever? And mind you, he's like 24.
Oh, that's funny.
So he's not like, you know, an older wrestling fan or whatever. But
yeah, I think
it kind of correlates with that.
It's so funny to me. I only got two more.
Oh, you know, I know what it is.
Go ahead.
He goes, Randy Man Macho Savage is how he says it.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's really good.
Yeah. It just, I'm like, yeah, okay, Fred, sure.
Yeah, okay. Thank you.
You got it.
Yeah. You were definitely a wrestling fan. Or they'll be like, oh yeah, I used to watch it when they'd have like Rikishi, he's been putting their ass in people's face, or they'll just mention like super obscure things like that, and it's like not like Stone Cold, not even The Rock, but you're like, oh yeah, Rikishi, and it's like, what?
Yeah. Well, so it's funny you mentioned Rikishi because another like casual viewer, this is probably a couple of weeks ago, was like, yeah, Bob, you know what one of my favorite segments was? And I was like, what? I'm thinking he's gonna be like, this is your day, or this is your birthday, whatever. This is your life with Mankind.
Life.
Yeah, Mankind Rock. No, he goes, it was on that episode of SmackDown when like The Rock shoved Vince McMahon's face in Rikishi's butt. I was like, what? Are you serious? And they're just like, yeah, man, I just thought it was hysterical. I was like, okay.
Hey man. People
whatever floats your boat there.
It's funny what sticks with people, you know?
Oh my God, yeah, absolutely.
Well, back on track, not about Rikishi's ass or anything. Two more notes here from Jeremy Borishes, and then I'm going to pass it over to Bob for the independent news. He says that doors are opening for the TNA to get a cable television spot on a weekly basis, just to squash any rumors or speculation, because this is far from being a done deal. The show, like any other wrestling show today, would be used to help build our pay-per-view events. You mean what you should have done back in June? And he says this show would also be used as a revenue-generating venture. It's still very early in the game, but that is probably the most common question I get. For this deal to actually happen, it would have to make complete business sense, as we do not have a business model that requires this as a basis of our existence. So he's squashing the rumors.
Yeah,
might have a TV show soon, and we're definitely not going to have to pay for it next year. Definitely not.
Never.
No
way, Jose. And it's not going to be basically syndication in the air at various times throughout the country. Absolutely not. And in New York, it's not going to be airing on Fridays at 3 p.m.
No.
Never. Not on Fox Sports 1 or Fox Sports Net. Nope.
No
prime time, baby. And they're paying us for sure.
Definitely. He also says that TNA has once again learned that our numbers have taken a considerable growth in the last 2 months, with early indications showing our March 12th show as being the most watched TNA episode to date, outgoing our premiere broadcast, which wasn't a lot apparently. But while the system cannot give us exact numbers for several months after a broadcast airs, we are able to get fairly accurate projections from several systems using standard formulas for projections. The good thing, the projections so far have always ended up being low. So they've projected it low and they've gotten it high. Apparently,
Well,
I did.
you know
I
what?
just laughed because, dude, the fucking several months after broadcast, we're still waiting. We're almost a year in. We're waiting
Dude,
on.
we're 20 years in. We still don't know the buy rate for 2002, 2003. Nothing. We know
No.
nothing.
No, we
And
never.
I think it's hilarious that he's like, "Well, we're continuing to grow, and like the numbers are low, and we're killing it in New York. Between two shows, we got 700 buys. We're killing it, man. 350 a show in New York alone. They're buying our shows.
It's too funny. It's way
That's
too funny, man.
horrible.
But needless to say, I know that was a lot. We just talked about a lot of good stuff there. But that's all I have. And I think that Wayback Machine has been pretty fun. And even there was a couple pieces of news there that even Dave didn't necessarily have in the Observer. So now I'm really happy that we're starting to kind of dive into those. I think it's been good. So, Bob, what do you have for the independent news this week?
All right. Well, it looks like we have about 8 people did something. Yeah, it looks like over the weekend we had about 8 people keeping busy. So Alexis Laree defeated Simply Luscious to win the PWF Women's Championship on March 28th. Trinity defeated Daisy Hayes on March 29th for GCW. The Sandman lost the SSCW heavyweight title to Rob Echoes on March 28th. David Young lost to Colt Cabana on March 28th for IWA Mid-South. And then the next day he defeated Bull Buchanan at NWA Wildside. Ron Killings lost to AJ Styles on March 28th at NWA Wildside. Kid Cash lost to Jerry Lynn by disqualification on March 28th for GCW. And as you noted, that's the match in which he hurt his knee. Mm-hmm. Jerry Lynn defeated Billy McNeil on March 29th for GCW. And then the last bit here is Raven. He teamed with Colt Cabana to defeat Ace Steel and CM Punk back on March 22nd for Ring of Honor's Night of Champions. And then he lost to Chris Hero on March 28th for IWA Mid-South. And I want to point out that March 28th show for IWA Mid-South is currently a show I am reviewing for WrestlingRecaps.com. It is 4 hours long. And it actually features a couple of people that I wasn't really aware of. So Jorge Estrada wrestles on that show. What would kind of end up being one of his last matches.
Yeah.
And also Lollipop is the manager of Spider Nate Webb.
Whoa.
Yeah. So I haven't watched that match yet in which she's the manager of. But if I know IWA Mid-South, she might expose her breasts again. I don't know. We'll see. I'll let you know when I get done with it in about a week and a half.
So who knows? Maybe by next recording, we'll know if Lollipop shows her boobs on this independent show.
You know what? You're probably pushing it on that. I would probably give it to about May.
Okay.
And then, then I'll have an answer.
Remember that show? She showed him again.
She did it. I don't know. We'll see. I don't think Ian Runt would have enough money to pay her, to be honest with you. He'll probably be like, I'll give you $4 in a corn dog if you show your tits here tonight at the IWA Mid-South in this warehouse garage. And she's probably like, I got paid $10 in a bag of popcorn at TNA. You got to do better than that.
Yeah, well, to be fair, she seemed very excited to want to do it. At least, I think we talked about it when it happened, is Goldilocks was sort of hinted around who it was. She didn't say any names, but that someone was exposed, and then they came backstage, and they were kind of just walking around like, where's my shirt? So, who knows, honestly, with that. Well, that was actually not as much as I expected for 8 people doing stuff, to be honest with you, Bob. I expected to be sitting here for a while.
No, it's just the weekend, man. There's only a couple of matches that you can have. Hey,
sometimes we sit here for 20 minutes and you're like, oh, hey, they had 17 tag team matches.
No, I guess that's true. There was one a couple of weeks ago where there was a boatload.
Maybe that's why I just keep thinking it's going to keep happening. But
yeah,
it's cool. Well, here, let's get to Explosion real quick, and then we will get on with Pay-Per-View 39 here. So, of course, this was taped on the same day. This is listed as Explosion number 26 on Cage Match, and it was taped on April 2nd, 2003. And it aired on April 5th, 2003. And it featured 4 matches. Pretty decent stuff here. So I'm excited to talk about this. First off, Brian Lee defeats Pitbull Gary Wolf.
Wow.
So that's the name I was teasing earlier.
Thrown it to some EC dub, baby. What the hell?
Yeah, an explosion.
Okay.
Like, what?
Wow.
David Flair defeats Horace the Psychopath. Yes.
Is that Horace Hogan?
When I clicked on it, it does not say it's Horace Hogan. It says that he was also known as just Horace, Johnny Lars, and Sheep Herder.
Okay. If
But
it was Horace Boulder, then it would have been him. But it could have just been a different Horace.
Okay. Slash defeated Brigham Bow. I don't know who that is. They can't even click on his name. And then James Storm defeated BJ Payne, who was also known as just Payne, who I believe he wrestled, in OVW and some WWF stuff, probably dark.
Yeah, BJ Payne would be a Disciples of Sin.
Oh, okay. See, I wouldn't have known that. I thought it was probably just dark match and stuff. That's kind of cool.
I believe he teamed with Flash Flanagan. I could be wrong on that.
Is that in WWF?
OVW, yeah.
Oh, the OVW. Okay.
Yeah, that would have been like 2002 when he was managed by Jim Cornette's wife, Sin. So.
Oh, okay, got it. Oh yeah, the Disciple of Sin. Yeah, Damien and Payne.
Damien. Yeah, I don't know if Damien was Flash Flanagan though.
Oh, here, let's find out.
I don't think it was.
Nope, doesn't look like it.
Okay.
It was his real name's Brian Logan. Brian Keys. That sounds familiar to me.
Brian Logan okay.
And then he also apparently teamed with Matt Morgan, and it was him and Morgan as the Painkillers.
I don't know if I knew that.
Looks like they only had one match, though. Or at least in 2002, I should say. That's what I'm on. But needless to say, it's kind of cool to see people like that pop up that we kind of know their name or know a little bit about them.
You know, now that this is the first time I even thought about this, I wonder if the Disciples of the New Church is kind of a ripoff of the Disciples of Sin.
I don't know. I don't know the Disciples of Sin.
Well, Dallas, I know you watch a lot of wrestling, but I know for sure you don't watch a lot of OVW 2002.
No, but I see what you're getting at, and even the name itself. I mean,
yeah.
And there you go.
Because Sin would be kind of like the Father James Mitchell, but it's just like the female version of that.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. I guess I'm gonna have to watch more OVW 2002 and let you know. I'm only into April of 2002, so.
Oh, well, we'll find out. And
I haven't watched it in like 4 years. So.
And I guarantee you, if they're winning a lot of matches and stuff, someone got into a hot tub somewhere. But what do I know?
Oh, God. Okay.
Well, that's all I got, Bob. Are you ready to watch this?
Yeah, I'm ready, man. I'm ready for this fucking guy. I can't escape this whole Jim Cornette's wife banging guys in the hot tub. All right, let's get into it's the April 2nd. The April 2nd, 2003 weekly pay-per-view. We got D'Lo and Jeff Jarrett world title match. A mystery guy for a 6-man tag, and Cash and Lynn, plus much more. Who knows will be here? I don't know. I'm going to count down from 5. When I say play, hit that play button on either Fight TV, Impact Plus, or in your own personal collection. Are you ready, Dallas, or what?
Oh, man, I've been ready for the past hour we've been talking.
Have we really been talking that long already?
We've been talking over an hour. But
all right. Well, you know what? If that guy that gave us that nice compliment is working, he's only got 45 minutes. I'm assuming if he's in retail. And I think not all retail is the same, but I'm assuming that his next break is in about 45 minutes. So you're welcome. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, play.
Okay, well, as we get our little intro here, we actually went up a little bit in the amount of people in the audience. We've had 1,000 for the past couple weeks, but we have finally gone back up to 1,100. So we got a little bit more.
That's what I was going to say. I was going to say 1,100.
Oh, I should have made you guess. That would have been good.
Yeah, well, you didn't give me time.
Tickets, $45. How many tickets did you buy? I thought they were only like $15. I guess that'd be 3 tickets. Well, never mind.
The first part that said war was $63 billion. bit more expensive there.
Who's in the ring?
What is it? Oh, Glenn.
Oh, Glenn. D'Lo Brown. The biggest night of your life. And I'm still wearing this S.E.X shirt even though they're kind of irrelevant.
Which just proves my point that they're more like an NWO team.
I mean...
Holding on to something that's long dead.
Okay, well, we're in a minute in here and there's not a match. No, I'm just joking.
That's funny. Wow, this show's dragging on, Dallas. I can't believe it.
Can you believe we're only a minute and 22 seconds into this show?
Oh, God, I thought it was at least 45 minutes in.
To be fair, Glenn Gilberti talking definitely is not helping time go by any quicker, even if we're joking right now.
Right. Like I was going to say, it's only been a minute and a half, but you would you would think it's been longer because he's just boring.
Yeah, now no one's coming out, by the way. He keeps waiting, but no one's coming out for him. And he's like, let me tell you something about Jeff Jarrett, D'Lo. What's in Jeff Jarrett's mind right now? As if Glenn is BFFs with Jeff Jarrett currently. He's an egomaniacal, paranoid, great wrestler. Well, to some. But he's not as great as he thinks he is. He gets nervous. And when he gets nervous, he reacts like he's been reacting, D'Lo. So he's talking about last week. I'm going to take a guess. The guitar shot, right? He's got to bring that up. Oh, the chair.
He's been hitting everybody with a chair. I missed Glenn having the tighter pants. That way we could see his skinny legs.
Well, he's wearing like track pants right now.
Yeah.
Like I wish I had a pair of those on right now, but instead I have like lounge pants on, which are very comfortable.
I will give him credit. He actually has his hair done, and he looks as if he's like toned up a little bit of upper body.
He does look like that, actually. That's a good point. And yeah, that's a good point on his hair, though, because he really, for a while, he kind of was doing it differently. Like, it wasn't really done. It was like down on his face.
It was like patted down.
Yeah, it was really weird.
It was weird, yeah.
So he's talking shit about the fans now, getting them to boo him because they got to get some heat while we're just sitting in the ring talking.
These rednecks buy his bullshit.
Rednecks he said Jarrett is scared of D'Lo.
Wow.
If you see the movie Star Wars, so Jeff Jarrett's Anakin Skywalker. And he's getting ready to become Darth Vader. Now, of course, this is a spoiler if you haven't seen Star Wars. And he's going to go to the dark side.
Speaking of Star Wars, I think at one of the 2CW shows, Kevin Graham ruined one of the Star Wars movies.
He did. He spoiled it for me, as a matter of fact, and I was very upset. I was about to see it like the next day or 2 days later, and this asshole came out with a sign, and oh my! I looked away and I said, "Austin, don't look at his sign."
Yeah.
Who's this? Is AJ Styles?
Yes, it is.
Styles fighting Glenn. He's hopefully not calling him any slurs right now, but who knows? Oh, they're diving out of the ring. They tackled out of the ring, and now he's just punching him, slipping on their baby-oiled arms on the mat, flipping Glenn into the guardrail. That looked like it fucking hurt.
Yeah, he didn't take that very gracefully.
Styles is definitely wearing his landscape attire right now, but whatever.
Fresh off of work.
Throwing him into the other guardrail. The fans are like, yeah, screw you, Glenn, you asshole.
Have you ever seen the clip of AJ Styles at PWG when one of the wrestlers said something about the Bible and AJ got legit heated?
Oh no, I don't know if I did. Is that
for the chair?
Yeah, he jumped off the stairs into the audience, but Glenn hit him with a chair. So now we're in the crowd. Hey, that guy right there, if you're watching along with the gray hair, is the wrestling manager that we just brought up earlier.
Oh, okay.
That's him right there.
He's been around for a while.
Oh, yeah, I've noticed
on these
it.
shows, yeah.
So when he said it, I was like, oh, shit. Is that when he was recently back in the Independence, Bob, or early 2000 time?
It's probably around 2005. 2004, 2005. It's a wrestler by the name of Chris Bosch.
I know the name.
He cuts a promo and he's just clearly being a heel in character and like joking or whatever.
Oh, Styles getting whipped against the guardrail with his shirt over his head. We're back in the ringside area.
And he like makes a quote or something. He references the Bible. And AJ Styles gets up and gets on the microphone. He says, "Don't you ever talk about Jesus Christ like that." And like, it's not like a worked character thing. It's AJ Styles about to snap this guy's neck in half.
Wow.
So when they say he's religious, he is. Who's this? Oh, it's Raven.
Hold on. Raven's burned out, but he's here.
Yeah, what is he doing here?
Well, he's in the ring. He sat in the corner, and now he's watching Styles beat up Glenn, essentially.
Maybe he just doesn't want to wrestle.
Maybe it's got to be that, I would assume.
Yeah.
And I don't blame him. Like I said earlier, I mean, he's been on so many hardcore. That dude's been full face blood like 3 weeks in a row.
And you know what? And good for Raven if he's like, "Hey, I don't want to wrestle this week, but I'll still appear on the show and get paid for it."
No, that's a good call. It is interesting here because Raven's literally just wanted to watch these two destroy each other. Because now here comes security pulling him. Raven's looking behind him. Hopefully, no fan pulls him over the rope right there.
Oh my God, I remember that episode of
WCW.
Thunder. Yeah, he's all like timing down his pick.
Yeah, dude, holy shit.
That's good stuff.
You tag Gilberti again, getting pulled away from security again. Raven's now standing. He's grabbing something. Oh, a chair.
Oh no.
He's wearing his classic dad sweatshirt with his shirt
is
right
he gonna
now.
hit Gilberti? No. I don't know. They're talking though.
Interesting. What is this? He's got the chair. He's talking. Someone's running down. Is it D'Lo? It is.
Oh yeah, it is.
Going face to face with Raven, who we know, by the way, is technically the #1 contender. Is D'Lo helping Gilberti? Oh, here come the rest of Sports Entertainment Extreme, pulling Raven and D'Lo apart.
Right, because now D'Lo could potentially be part of S.E.X. That's why they didn't attack him or nothing.
Yeah, we got Triple X essentially pulling Raven back, and the Harris brothers were pulling the D'Lo to the side as well.
Yeah, the intense Sunday Night Heat feud has now spilled over here in TNA officially.
Oh, look at this. Mike Tenay got to sit down with Jerry Lynn and Conan earlier today. This is weird.
Jerry Lynn looking like my science teacher.
Is he wearing a Cyber Slam shirt?
Yes, he is.
Look at that. I love how he's wearing the glasses, too. Jerry Lynn with his glasses, it always cracks me up.
That's crazy that he kept the ECW shirt.
Yeah. Mike Tenay just said this needs to kept as a discussion and not essentially get physical. He's like, when he was in Mexico, he just only saw Lucha Libre. He didn't see any of this American wrestling. The bottom line, it's Lucha Libre. It's not X Division.
Yeah, that's right. They go way back to WCW Pro, man. 95, 96. I was Mr. JL. Remember me? I thought we were buds.
Or the luchador style.
Dallas, when was the list for Jericho?
Well, what are we talking about? The one he would put you on the list?
Yeah.
Oh man, I'm so bad with years, man.
Was it after 2013?
Oh, it might have been.
Okay, because if that's the case, they stole it from TNA. Because as I'm watching Lockdown 2013 as well here, Rob Terry has something called The List in his hands that Rob E had, and he just threw it down.
Oh, I know what you mean. Oh, that's funny. Actually, looks like the first person on the list was Mick Foley on September 19th, 2016.
Okay.
Okay, so Jerry Lynn's saying he has a lot of respect for Lucha Libre, and he watches a lot of tapes. And Conan's like, so you're saying you watch tapes and stuff?
Yeah, man, I got it from RF Video.
Oh. And then Tenay goes, well, let me get this straight. He's trying to pull it back. He's like, what? Let me understand this. Oh, look, Conan likes this. He goes, that makes me respect you more. Never heard you say that. Well, why would you have, Conan?
Well, Conan, if you talk to the guy instead of attacking him with a kendo stick,
What's this?
maybe. What is he got?
He's taking in a bag. Oh, look, he's got this lucha thing. He goes, yeah, I was behind it. Because he was mad and angry. So that's killed. That's over. What? Oh, he's giving it to Jerry Lynn, saying it's not going to happen again. So Jerry Lynn, his new ring attire, per Conan, the lucha outfit that Shark Boy was.
Okay. Jerry Lynn would quit on the spot if he was given that to wear.
I hope so.
It's true. Jerry Lynn did wrestle Kid Cash in ECW.
He says, Jerry, best of luck to you. Conan's like, I want to... Oh, he wants to wish him best of luck, too. Look at this. We got a new tag team here. Conan and Jerry Lynn.
Conan's turned babyface.
He did. Literally, that was him turning babyface right there.
Yeah.
I hear Goldilocks. Goldilocks and Raven up in his nest. You got a lot on your mind, Raven. Fate can be a cruel mistress.
We are about to be 12 minutes in right now, and there has been no wrestling.
That's what happens, man. His destiny to be NWA World Heavyweight Champion. It's a burden that would crush most men, but he thrives in adversity. Many people call him insane or crazy because they've gone through life with this knowledge.
I feel like
he's forgetting his shit, or like
100%. He's got lost in his own words.
I don't even know what he's saying.
He's so disheveled right now that he is now reverting to
yelling at fans
and like side-eyeing him.
This is very unlike Raven. I have a destiny, damn you people.
Maybe this is an example of him being burnt out.
It could be. Well, here we go. We just now we're going on the cuff. I'm going to be NWA World Champion. By the way, Goldilocks looks like she borrowed that outfit from Trinity. Trinity looks like she could wrestle in that headband and top, as a side note.
Well, also speaking of Goldilocks, I did watch that Cheapskate.
Oh, that we discussed, yeah.
Yeah.
I meant to text you about it because
it's pretty interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's smart. I mean, I would do it.
Saving money.
No, why not?
He's calling Nashville a hick town and saying all shit. He's getting some heat. He'll walk through hell if he has to. Walk through Nashville if he has to. Wasn't that kind of hell at the same time? Sorry.
I think that's what he's getting at. We don't have any listeners from Tennessee. It's okay.
Quote the Raven. Nevermore.
Nevermore.
Goldilocks is like, okay, can I have my microphone back, please, so I can go?
And let's go to our mustard shirt wearing Don West and Mike Tenay.
Listen,
because
Don West.
Why would we want any wrestling on this show? That's right, we don't.
I bet you we got to get to, I bet you 20 minutes before a match. Something else is going to happen.
If I tune into this show and it's going on 8:15 and I've yet to see wrestling, I'd be a little annoyed. I'm a little annoyed watching it now.
Yeah, it looks like the babysitters brought these kids that are behind the announce table. There's at least 10 children, like right here behind the commentator's table. What's that sign say? It's really hard to read. Something birthday. So it's someone's birthday.
6th birthday, yeah.
You bring it's my 6th birthday. I love wrestling. Well, so do I.
Yeah, sadly we do.
Yeah. I think that's what it says. Oh, no, it says I love AJ Styles. Well, I also do, so I get it.
Well, it looks like they colored in the I and the L, and they just gave up.
Hey, here's a video package. Dusty Rhodes. Dude, I'm telling you, we're going to 20 minutes without a match today.
Great. Yeah, Dusty's cutting a promo from his barn in this video package here.
Yeah, this is this. Yeah, it was the bunkhouse one.
Yeah.
Which we were excited to see, and then it was one of the biggest letdowns.
I don't know if I was ever excited for it.
Well, we were like, okay, a bunkhouse match, there's barbed wire and shit. Like, it seemed like it.
Yeah, but it's like David Flair, so.
Oh, stop. He's the biggest draw.
Yeah. Right.
You can't drop your own gimmicks, dude. Stop.
What is with this music? Is someone dead? It's like Western music, but the end of the movie, and the guy's about to die in the.
Well, yeah, it sounds like
desert.
Yeah, and you're like walking away from the body, and it's like the sad right before the credits roll. This is what's going on. Or he's like contemplating life.
Yeah, my wife died of cancer. What am I gonna do? I don't know. Just tune in next. Oh, what's this? Brian Lawler. Oh yeah, that's right. Brian Lawler stole the NWA World Title back.
That shit happened so quick. I forgot about it.
I did too. Speaking of Brian Lawler, he's coming out probably for a promo because why not? Next Generation.
For 17 minutes. Will the bell ring before 20?
He is wrestling. Yes, it will.
David Flair's ringside with the title. He's wearing his Too Cool outfit.
I was gonna say his jacket looks like it says cool, but it's like weird.
Oh yeah, it's a Too Cool jacket.
Just 2/3 things, Mike, today because we don't see Eric Watts.
Oh, America's Most Wanted. Oh, Eric Watts isn't here tonight. He sent a video that we'll see later, though.
I want to point out that America's Most Wanted, their theme song started off with like a thunder sound.
Yeah, that's an interesting point. Yeah. Oh, wait a second. It's Chris Harris again.
Well, this is part of his heel turn, remember, because they think that AMW's done all that they could.
They're so dry. Just think about how dry the tag team is. I'm so sick of America's Most Wanted.
Yeah. Meanwhile, it's like the most interesting, and one of the few things we look forward to every week is AMW. But whatever.
Lawler's like, ha ha ha! I'm gonna fight him. He's like, oh, someone's like got their hand down their stomach. Is that Bob in the crowd?
What the fuck was that? What the fuck?
That's some shit you would do. You'd sit there touching your stomach at a wrestling show.
I mean, I can't deny if that's ever happened or not. Sure, but I don't know if I'd be filmed in the bleachers in Nashville doing that.
Yeah, poor guy. Okay, so Brian Lawler versus Chris Harris starts us off. This is a fucking riveting match that I couldn't wait to see, I guess.
I oftentimes just scratch my belly in my bed as I watch wrestling. I'll be like, oh, yeah, look at that. All right.
In your bed. I mean, that's a little different. Okay, we started before the 20-minute mark, so I'll give him a little credit here, but damn, that was a lot opening, huh? What is Brian Lawler doing? He's like screaming on the top rope and like, I don't even know.
So he's like reverting back to his too much character where he would just fucking squeal like that all the time.
I don't like it.
I don't like it either, but whatever. I really hope Brian Lawler does not win this.
I'd be surprised if he didn't, to be honest with you, but...
I mean, I get it. Like, Chris Harris is a tag team wrestler, so maybe he should lose, but like, I don't want to see that.
Catches the foot, go Insaguri, but Chris Harris essentially ducks, yeah. Throwing Lawler off the rope, but he gets reversed as every single time that happens does. But he ducks a line, comes back. Oh. Jumping clothesline or forearm. I couldn't really tell what he did there.
It's a clothesline. He does his leaping clothesline.
Oh, he punched him and he flipped him over the top rope. He hits the floor. Mike Tenay's like, don't touch my goddamn format. Holy shit, he's throwing water.
He splashed the water everywhere. Lawler's pissed. Where's April?
April!
I'm going to hit her.
She's in the shower with Bruce, who we thought only liked men.
That was a trick the whole time.
Yeah, drop to hold there.
Yeah, Flair distracted his own guy there from the apron. eye rake here by Lawler in the corner. Blinding Harris. Where's my tag partner? Oh, that's right. You're a singles wrestler now, Chris Harris.
Lawler,
Misses crossbody.
he goes for that springboard crossbody that I think he misses every time.
I don't think he's ever hit it, yeah.
Harris on the top going for a crossbody, gets him.
Nice.
1,
2.
It was a weak-ass kick out. I thought it was going to be a 3 because he wasn't moving. Goes against the rope. David Flair trips Harris, though.
Is that Lawler squealing or is that a fan?
That one might have been a fan. It might have been that one right there that David Flair was just getting in the face of.
It didn't sound like a woman.
David Flair choking Harris on the rope there. Woo!
It's me, David Flair.
Dude,
Woo!
that lady in the front is so pissed.
Well,
She's
I
yelling
remember
at the ref and stuff.
I remember it's usually in that corner where there's like a female fan that is like always giving heel shit.
I think that's her.
That was a nice neck breaker by Lawler. I'll give him that.
Yeah, going for a pin. No. Kicked out. Oh, he spit his gum at the ref.
God, that's gross.
You can't do that post-COVID now, though.
Yeah, see, that's why Rudy Charles is probably like, listen, I'm leaving. I can't be having gum spat at me.
Oh, we need to get a new headset for Don because it's fucking wet.
Yeah, because Brian Lawler had to fucking electrocute him.
That's insane. He got it so wet over there that it broke his headset.
I'd be surprised if they had a backup headset.
I was thinking the same thing.
What if Don just got on the house mic and started commentating?
I wouldn't be surprised.
I'll be honest with you, that's like the most annoying thing ever. Is when they do that. I've reviewed shows where the commentators are doing it on the live mic so the crowd can even hear it, and it kills the crowd. They're like, oh my God, okay, we get it.
Well, I feel like that's like one of the things is Lawler comes off with like, it looks like a axe handle. Harris hits him in the gut though. I feel like as like a kid, I like didn't understand like, wait, you're not going to hear anything. Like, I'm not going to hear the commentary. But like, I can't imagine going to a show right now and like hearing commentary at the show. There's no way.
No. Yeah, that would take me out of it.
Especially over the house speaker, because like it never sounds good no matter what's happening.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, Lawler getting a boot up as Harris ran toward him in the corner there.
Power slam by Harris. I also like when we would go to a show and there's literally 20 fans in the crowd, and then you could still hear the announcers doing commentating.
And the particular announcers at that show were annoying as fuck.
Yeah. Ooh, DDT by Harris, which looked pretty good because he swung his legs out.
Yeah.
The Flair's on the apron. He's yelling at Rudy Charles, I'm the NWA World Champion. No, you're not, David. Yes, I am. I bought this.
I definitely bought this.
Magazines.
This replica is definitely from Iran. That's where everyone's getting their replica belts. Spear by Brian Lawler.
Is he about to win? 1, 2, no.
Okay,
David pulled him out.
And
that
Rudy Charles.
Disqualification.
Well, Charles looked right at him, dude.
He sure did. He's got David on the apron. Did he throw the belt in?
Oh, he did.
Of course he did.
Oh. He ducked
David
and
put his
Flair,
hand up like a mile away.
Oh, he kicked out though.
Lawler kicks out. That's too bad.
We're getting the formula America's Most Wanted match in a singles match currently.
Right. Yeah. There's interference. There's a title strike to the face. Catatonic. On the belt. The back of his head hit it. That should do it,
dude.
Folks. But Flair's on the apron.
That catatonic was absolutely insane. That was wicked good.
It did look good. It's a good move.
Lawler almost flipped all the way over.
Yeah.
There you go. He just hit Flair off the apron now because he's distracting the ref. Lawler's got the belt in hand though. What the?
Oh, but Harris didn't see that one coming.
The way he jumped, yeah, he hit Harris at the title. 1, 2, 3.
Well,
a win for NWA's Next Generation.
Brian Lawler's face right there looks like the one of the dolls that Jeff Dunham has. The old man.
I know which one you're talking. Yeah, they did. Harris can't believe this. He's hurt. Oh, David Flair going after him.
Adding insult to injury. That's right. I slept with Stacy Keibler, and you didn't.
Yeah, I'd be yelling that shit too. How do you like that?
That should have been a tag team. David Flair and Billy Kidman. And their team name should have been Outkicked Our Coverage. Because David Flair banging Keibler and Billy Kidman regularly banging Tori Wilson is pretty infuriating.
Lawler up here on the top rope. David Flair's placed the title on Chris Harris's face. Is he going to hit the, what's it called, the hip hop chop or the Tennessee Jam? I don't remember.
The hip
Bam!
hop. Oh, right on his face. Where's James Storm?
The guillotine leg drop. Oh, Dusty Rhodes wearing his Canadian tuxedo.
James Storm looking pretty thick here. Oh, it's Dusty Rhodes. Wait a minute. But really, where's James Storm?
I mean, yeah. Oh,
All right, this is ridiculous. They look like absolute buffoons.
Look at the elbows.
He's barely lifting
Look at
his arm. He's not even moving it.
Dude, that shit's funny as fuck.
Oh my god.
He's
You know,
got the title again.
I guess when you're a fucking legend, you can just do as little as possible. I'm the champion, baby. No, he's about to take it again, isn't he? Yeah.
That's just like, God damn it. JB's trying to give a mic, even though he didn't even ask for one yet.
Dusty is like the like a rhino in the wild, and then Lawler and Flair are hyenas. And they are just continually outsmarting him.
Yeah.
And hyenas are pretty dumb.
He goes, you two punk asses, hold on a minute. What the heck?
Let me tell you something you might not understand. Well, then why would you tell him?
He had a letter from a young man out of Los Angeles, California. He watches NWA-TNA every Wednesday night. Poor guy. He's 16. He's paying $10 a week for this?
He's probably got a good job at a grocery store.
Good for him.
Tradition, baby.
Tradition is. Everyone know who Babe Ruth is? Yeah, sort of. Not much, but I do.
Yeah, he's dead. Mrs. Babe comes up. This is okay. Whoa! Did you hear that?
What did they say?
Oh my god!
I heard part of it.
There was a fan that said, "Hey Lawler, you're a queer, you F word."
Oh,
Jesus! Talk about a hot mic.
Jesus.
Safe to say the April 2nd, 2003 episode of TNA should not be on Pluto TV unless they really pay attention to censorship.
Yeah, I mean, they probably have the Fight TV edited version where there's commercial breaks anyways. Although, I bet you that shit ain't censored on there.
No way. Who rambles more, Raven or Dusty Rhodes?
Dusty, 110%.
Look at that face. Okay, you missed it, I think, but Lawler was making a ridiculous face. He had his teeth stick, kind of like that right there. There it is, right there. Whatever. Yeah. I'll give Lawler credit. He makes good facials. Like, they're funny.
They're making daddy boy jokes now.
Yeah.
So the crowd chants, daddy's boy. Typical.
Jerry's kid. Jerry's kid. Daddy's boy. Daddy's boy.
Oh, there's two daddy boys. He's bringing that back to tradition.
Tradition, baby.
Oh, he might have to go get himself a posse. Who? Anybody want to be a posse? Are you part of my posse? You want to be part of Dusty Rhodes' posse? Who is it? Who's going to be it? Lawler's on the mic now.
See, there's a fan that really does not like Lawler.
Yeah, he goes, you couldn't get posse if you were the last man on earth.
What? Is posse a code word?
In that particular joke, it certainly was. That was good by Lawler. That was funny.
Yeah, that's not bad.
This old fat man.
I thought he was going to say a different word.
Oh, look, Dusty's like, oh, that hurt me. I can barely get up. I know it hurts you deep down. Then I'm holding this flat as fuck, fake ass NWA title.
Yeah, it hurts you that I'm holding a replica belt. Jarrett holds the real one, but you're pissed I have this fake one that Flair brought.
I hate it, dude. That's the only reason I don't like this. Because, like, what? You know it's not the real belt.
No. Yeah, I don't know about that law. I'm the present. I'm the future.
Oh,
there it is.
Bob's favorite line. Possession is 9/10 of the law.
God. Is this posse just the crowd?
It looks like it might be. Lawler's looking at it like it's something else.
Yes.
Dusty, do you think I'm stupid? You wanted to have it your way. Bunkhouse match.
Which Flair lost in record time.
Oh, Lawler wants to make the decisions.
I hold the belt. A shot of the belt. The belt that's a replica title.
Under his stipulation. Look at. Oh my God. Dusty looks at the hard camera and goes, Keith, listen, I know we're going a little long here, but the kid's winded. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
Steel cage.
That's what I was going to guess too. Fuck.
Are you fucking kidding me? Another ladder match, Dallas. Oh my God.
I don't think that's going to end up happening. I just got a feeling.
Well, you know what? I hope that Dusty Rhodes brings out a ladder like Big Show brought out that one time where it was supersized and he had no problem with it and didn't break.
I think that'd be a great idea.
You notice how the crowd is just dead silent? Like, really? Another one? With Dusty Rhodes. Great. Way to kill a goddamn gimmick match, I tell you.
Jeez. He's going to get tapes from Keith Mitchell. He's going to get some tips. He's going to stick the ladder all the way up. And then he yells for the crowd who barely responds to him.
Yeah, I think 3 people are like, ass! Lord. All right. Well, we are 34 minutes and 35 seconds into the show. We've had one match, and it's Brian Lawler beating Chris Harris. So this is the show of the year.
Here you go. Sandman, Perry Saturn with Goldie.
I'm kind of liking this Goldilocks look this week.
Yeah.
S.E.X.
Another one of our brothers are here, and we're going to get extreme. Here's James Mitchell.
Okay.
He always repays his debts, he says. I'm going to cover you this week. Maniac / Killdozer Brian Lee. Oh. Sandman says, don't you understand? We got the situation covered.
Mikey Whipwreck.
Interesting.
Yeah, you brought me in, but oh well, man. It's a new week. I don't need you.
If you want, bring your shit. Interesting. Okay. So very interesting. The James Mitchell's trying to be nice and be like, "Hey, you want to use my guys?" And they're like, "We already got someone."
Yeah, we already figured this out. Who's? Oh, okay. I couldn't make out the music there, but it's Alexis Laree, so that would make sense why I didn't know whose music it was.
Yeah. Well, she's got the Lita look going on too, apparently.
She's got her thong sticking out. Looking real young, man. She's got to be what? Probably 19, 20 years old here?
Your guess is as good as mine, man. I think it's really crazy that she was even here. I think it's super cool.
Well, I know that she had worked Ring of Honor even before this. Oh, wow. They're doing a singles match with Alexis Laree against Trinity here. Now, I'm nervous that this is really going to expose Trinity then.
Well, now in this case, this is a little different because Trinity hasn't been in a singles match.
Right.
Now, the tag team match, you can still kind of cover for that if if it's something we're really concerned about. Now, singles match, you ain't hiding nothing.
Laree's kind of giving me like Daphne vibes with her look.
I get that. I don't know. There's something about Laree here where, like, you can tell she's super confident.
Yeah.
Trinity backing her in the corner. Laree pushes her away, though.
So this is 2003. So what? In about 2 years, she's on WWE television, right?
Whoa, is it really?
Is Trish Stratus like stalker? Is that 2005 or 2006?
Hold on, I'll look as we're watching this match here because now you got me curious.
2005.
If it is, that's nuts. Yeah, it is. It's 2005.
Well, because I mean, it doesn't surprise me really, because like you said, she does have a level of confidence on herself, which is probably half the battle. As Trinity just hit a head scissors, and now Laree's bailed to the floor.
She made her debut on WWE TV. I mean, she was in OVW, but October 10th, 2005 episode of Raw as a face under the gimmick of women champion Trish Stratus' biggest fan, using her real name.
Okay, so that means that feud was 06.
Yeah, it's spilled in.
Yeah. Laree just kicking Trinity, slamming her face down to the mat. Don West promoting the world title match between D'Lo and Jeff Jarrett. The world title match that we've all been craving for the last 14 days. Laree continuing on here with some kicks to the back of Trinity, followed by a snapmare. Coming off the ropes, seated dropkick to Trinity. The crowd appears to be rather supportive of Laree here as she gets a 2 count.
Well, good. So am I.
If they were to have kept Laree, you probably could have got a women's championship developed sooner.
Yeah, it's actually kind of. I mean, I think it's surprising at least a little bit that it took as long as it did, but I don't know. I guess it depends. Like when I see people like. They could have worked Trinity into it a little bit more. And with Laree here, I think you could easily bring back April Hunter into the mix.
Sure.
Athena. I mean, Desire is not necessarily great, but like she can work at least a little bit. So, I mean, you have like the building blocks.
You could bring back Taylor Vaughn.
You certainly could.
Bruce.
Francine. Who wrestled like not very much, but I mean, she. Yeah, what's her name? What's the like the porn star's name that she like fought?
Jasmine St. Clair.
Jasmine St. Clair.
Yeah.
She was bad. She was really, really bad.
Well, one of my favorites was Elektra, when she'd be like, Francine, you're the reason why ECW went out of business. It's like, I don't think that's true at all, but okay.
Yeah, good one.
Yeah. If it wasn't for you, Francine, ECW would still be around. It's like, what? Okay. Unless Francine was like embezzling money that we don't know about.
I'd be really surprised. Alexis Laree catching a boot.
Oh,
Giving
Enziguri to the side of the head. 1, 2, no. 2 count for Laree.
And then like kneeing Laree in the back there as Trinity was still laid out. The crowd's chanting something, but it didn't last long, so I'm sure it was nothing great.
Yeah, I don't know what they're saying.
They're chanting for Trinity now, though.
Yeah, they are. Yeah.
As Laree throws her against the rope, Trinity comes back with a drop kick.
Well, that didn't look that good.
No, it didn't. But hey, there's a clothesline. What?
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Like a discus jumping spin kick there. Well, what is she signaling for? The moonsault?
She is.
Laree's got to get in better position than that for the. No.
Oh, wait, she's not doing the moonsault now. She spun around. Laree's getting back to her feet, knocks her down.
Oh.
Crotches her on the top rope there. Laree going over to her, hitting her in the head a couple times, climbing up. We know what's coming. Oh, wait, no, we don't. Look at this. Laree gets knocked down. Oh, she's back up. We're high risk. Okay, girls, what are we doing here? Oh, there you go, knocking Laree down. Oh, here we go. Now Trinity's calling for it.
She gonna hit it? And no. Totally missed it. Thanks, Don.
Don's calls are full of excitement, and they're really great, but they always point out the obvious.
She jumped into the pool, but there was no water.
Raven's out here.
Yeah, Raven, this isn't good. He's just sitting in the corner. Maybe he's delirious.
What the heck? Okay.
Staring at Trinity. Well, Trinity's been his manager on the Indies. Kid Cash.
Shit.
What is going on with this? All right, Kid Cash is on the aisle. He's like, what is going on?
Oh,
fucking super kick. Standing, shooting star press.
whoa.
Oh, okay. She pins Laree. Can't say I'm surprised by that.
No, I'm not surprised either.
Oh, no.
Oh!
Raven
just hit the even flow on Trinity, and that stopped Kid Cash right away. And you can tell he's hurt, by the way.
Cash is just like, you know what? You're good, Trinity. You're good, Trinity. It's fine.
He's just dragging Alexis Laree with him.
Is he abducting her? Or?
What is happening? Whoa.
Well, here's Lollipop. This is the first time we've seen Lollipop. We saw her other friend there, Tootsie. There she is. Hi, Tootsie.
We still got the American flags. We're at war. We're supporting the war.
Oh.
Okay. Well, that was fun.
Well, I don't know what that means, though. So Raven abducted Alexis Laree.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. Hey, Goldilocks was the NWA champion, Jeff Jarrett. People have been commenting because you've been acting different, because you're a changed man. He's like, really? Some people, name some names. He doesn't want to hear rumor mill gossip BS. Just some of the boys. Jeff goes, some of the boys. Now you're one of us, Goldie, huh? Using wrestler jargon.
So I feel like before this, Jarrett hadn't been acting different, but now he's acting different.
Yes. Oh, you hit him from behind. Like, that's... He goes, Goldie, what are you implying? Damn you, Goldilocks. You son of a bitch. Jeff Jarrett just grabbed Goldilocks around the neck here, and he's threatening her to be, like, treated like one of the boys.
What the fuck was that?
That was ridiculous. Okay.
That was weird.
That was bizarre. I have no clue what just happened. Here comes Daniels and the Harris brothers. We're in a 6-man tag match.
I don't know how I feel. That was really bizarre. So is Jeff Jarrett like a tweener now or what?
If he wasn't before, he is now for sure.
Well, yeah. Anytime you threaten to beat up Goldilocks, you immediately have turned heel in my eyes.
Well, yeah, you don't touch her like that.
No. I mean, some girls like to be choked.
Yeah, but not in the middle of an interview.
Yeah, not in that environment.
Okay, here's Sandman and Perry Saturn. So we don't know just yet who the mystery partner is.
Yeah, who are they going to be bringing in? They said one of their brothers.
Yeah, I like your idea. You said Whipwreck, right?
I'm convinced that Whipwreck's got to be coming in at some point.
I really like the idea.
John Cronus, Perry Saturn's former tag partner.
Lights out. They love their lights out. And JB mentioned how much he loves this lights out up here for
Sabu.
Oh fuck.
Sounds like Paul Bearer.
I thought it was Paul Bearer too. Oh my god.
187. New Jack.
It's New Jack.
Oh my god.
And he's in the
crowd
ring
is going nuts.
He's in the ring with a trash can lit, and he's fucking nailed all the Harris brothers, Daniels, Perry Saturn running in the ring.
Oh my god.
Okay, this is cool. This is pretty sweet. Crowd's flipping out. New Jack, New Jack.
Man.
Mike Tenay goes, oh, I get the extreme connection.
Well, all right, yeah. All right. This makes sense. I get it.
Wow. Okay, so this is pretty cool. I think this is a cool surprise. I'm excited about it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't hate it. It's very interesting that they would do New Jack here because he is kind of a loose cannon. You never really know what he's going to be all about.
Well, that's what I like about him. Now, here in 2021, New Jack keeps calling out AEW, like, let me show you how you do hardcore matches.
Well, and he was also saying he's, like, clear to wrestle, so, like, sign me.
And he also just recently said, I got a secret. And people were, like, pairing up the Cody Rhodes with the ear picture and stuff.
Oh, God.
And all I'm saying is if they brought New Jack in for a one-off or something, I'm down for it.
Or at least German there by Perry Saturn. I mean, I doubt that we'll see New Jack in AEW, but you never know.
You never know. Well, Bob, do you know what New Jack was up to before appearing here on TNA? I might be putting you on the spot, but
you are.
I'm just asking.
I kind of do though. I can look it up real quick. I believe when before this appearance, he hadn't really been wrestling.
Oh, wow.
Which when I saw that was a bit surprised. Yeah. So let me go. So before this appearance, his previous documented match was September 14th, 2002, where he actually teamed with Dusty Rhodes in a hardcore match to defeat Iceberg and Sonny Siaki.
What?
For Turnbuckle Championship Wrestling in Georgia.
Oh, BME on Saturday.
But so most of his stuff all of his stuff prior to this was 2002. He worked for 3PW a couple times, IPW in Florida, XPW he'd done a bunch with. That's where Vic Rhymes like almost killed him. And he had an appearance for Jersey All Pro Wrestling in 2001. His first appearance after ECW closed, where he defeated Skinhead Ivan. And if you couldn't guess, Skinhead Ivan is a racist gimmick.
Oh, great.
So that's fun. But yeah, that's what New Jack had been doing. I don't know what or why he hadn't been really wrestling prior. But if I had to guess, he was probably hurt.
Or he didn't give a fuck.
Or that.
New Jack don't give a fuck about nothing. Now, fun story is now we're just, by the way, as far as action, you guys haven't missed much if you're not watching along. Perry Saturn was just doing a bunch of strikes, some like sit down powerbomb and stuff. Now we're wrestling in the crowd, and Saturn and I believe Don Harris are in the ring. That's Ron with New Jack.
This is basically a sadistic madness match.
Correct. Sandman and Daniels right there. I have a feeling I know what New Jack is kind of heading toward. They're over in that area where they love to jump off of things.
Oh, yeah.
Now, fun story about New Jack. We wouldn't have told on the show because why would we have? Our buddy Austin, me, Bob, and Austin went to a Pro Wrestling Syndicate show. New Jack was there. And he was trying to recruit some guys. I think it was like the New Gangstas or something there. Well, I don't remember. I can't remember the name of the group.
Yeah, I don't remember.
But he's trying to recruit some guys. And our buddy Austin decided to yell, "Oh, look at that. There's 2 tables set up."
Perfectly set up. Right
on the concrete.
Yeah.
Our buddy Austin goes, "Watch out or he'll stab you." And the place was fucking silent. And New Jack slowly turned around and was like looking to see who said that. And I'm like, why the fuck are you yelling stuff like that? You're about to get us. He's going to come over here and punch us in the face. Look at this. New Jack. He's up on the balcony.
Yeah, he's about to go and put this guy through a table.
Oh, my God.
Oh, well, he missed the first one and he hit the second one.
Well, because Brian Lee just pushed him off. But look, Brian Lee's attacking Ron Harris anyway. He don't care. Oh, my God. He's trying to slam him on the table. The legs broke under it.
So here's a fun fact. So Sarah just returned and got me a shirt that has Macho Man and Ultimate Warrior on it. But it's the wrong WrestleMania.
Oh, I know.
They put on their shirt.
Yeah.
It says WrestleMania 6, but it's WrestleMania 7.
I saw that shirt.
I'm keeping it.
No, it is a cool shirt, but isn't that funny?
It's a cool shirt. It's got the Heart Foundation on it. It's got Jake the Snake and Beefcake, Piper and Bossman. I don't think Piper and Bossman fought each other at any WrestleMania, but whatever.
I almost bought that shirt as well, to be honest with you.
You almost bought it? Yeah, dude.
I might have to now so we can match.
I remember seeing it and did he just beat him with a Death Valley Driver?
I think he did, yeah.
All right.
So Sandman, Perry Saturn, and New Jack win. Well, I feel like I wanted to see a little bit more out of New Jack, so I'm really hoping we see him again.
He was there just to do a dive. Who's that?
Wait.
Who is that? That's Bart Gunn.
No way. No way.
Oh, my God.
Are you fucking kidding me right now? He's got a sex shirt on.
He's been wrestling for Japan
the
last several years. Yeah, all Japan. Powerbomb.
Bob.
Bart Gunn is here. What?
Listen, all I'm saying is when I wanted to start this podcast with you, I didn't know WWF 95 was going to relate so much to what we've been watching. I really, really didn't. Holy shit. Bart Gunn.
Bart Gunn just hit a Death Valley Driver on Perry Saturday. Now he's heading back to the S.E.X locker room. What in the world?
Oh. Look, Goldilocks asking Kid Cash about not helping Trinity, and he's like, nah, you're asking me? When did she help me?
It's called the X Division Championship, kid. Of the world.
It's not on Trinity's shoulder. It's on his.
I feel is he going to choke Goldilocks too or something or what?
I really hope not.
Are you liking the nose ring for Kid Cash or what? Because I don't.
I think a nose ring on a guy really makes you get like, I want to hate him.
Yeah, that's true.
But I sort of like it. I don't mind. I'm just saying, I don't mind them either on guys.
How do you feel about Goldilocks being taller than Kid Cash?
She might have heels on. I'll give her credit there. There's yelling going on too, and they just kind of cut away.
Yeah, what the hell is that about? Who? Sonny Siaki eventually coming out here with Desire. Every man's desire.
I still wish they sort of referred to her like that. Like Sonny Siaki with Every Man's Desire. I sort of like that.
Jeez, man. Kurt Angle looking pudgy as hell in 2013. What the hell?
Oh, I thought you were making a joke about Sonny Siaki. I'm like, Bob, what the fuck?
No. Kurt Angle.
Oh, wait. Tanae's saying that in the background of the interview, he heard James Storm and Chris Harris arguing. Oh. So it wasn't just an audio miscue or something. They actually were... It was America's Most Wanted arguing in the background. Here comes David Young. Sonny Siaki.
Well, if I'm Chris Harris, I'd be like, James, where the hell were you?
David Young, about time.
Okay.
Did he get a new tattoo?
On his left arm?
And the one on his back? Are those new?
He didn't have the one on his back?
I don't know for sure.
The one on his arm looks brand new.
So does the one on the back. I'd have to look back. What's this? Why is there a handcuff on the rope? Oh, they're handcuffing Desire ringside. JB's like, yeah, you got to do it. Remember last week? You got to do it.
Yeah, he's like explaining to her. You can't do the things that you've been doing. So you got to just get handcuffed. I'm so excited for this Sonny Siaki David Young match. So is Dallas. Oh, what is it? David Young coming off the ring steps with a hurricanrana. The hell?
Oh yeah, the fire's back, baby.
David Young, about time. Oh. Siaki going hard into the railing back first. What the hell was that? He just did a wild strike that... I think that's what that was supposed to be originally.
Oh! So he went for back suplex. David Young flipped over. Then he pushed Sonny Siaki into the ring post. Here comes, he's charging at him. Sonny Siaki dives up. Spear. Spear. Spear.
No. Gore. Gore. Gore.
Whatever you want to call it.
That's more like it. Dave Young going for the cover after that, and Siaki kicks out. Siaki's fallen down the card quite a bit here if he's wrestling David Young, even though David Young has looked better as he hits a head scissors as well.
I agree with that, though. Like, I feel like the X Division stuff gave him something to do, and now he's kind of like falling to the wayside. Like, oh, Sonny Siaki's here.
Yeah, I mean, he didn't fit in the X Division, that's for sure.
No. Belly-to-belly suplex, overhead belly-belly suplex to David Young into the corner by Sonny Siaki. Desire's like, I don't want to be handcuffed. And she keeps like, and like moving her arms.
Yeah, but I mean, she could still do something because she's at ringside. Oh, split-legged moonsault there by Siaki.
I don't know why, but I did not expect her to do that.
What they should have done was have Desire handcuffed to the guard railing.
Yeah, so she's not near the ring.
Yeah. But she's like right there, so she could trip the guy at least.
Bart Gunn. I still cannot get over the fact that Bart Gunn just came out here.
Oh, that's funny. So since I mentioned that the WrestleMania shirt has the wrong numbers, Sarah just sent me a picture saying online it doesn't have the numbers.
Oh my god.
So they must have known or realized that they've put the wrong Roman numerals on.
That's awesome.
Yeah. It's a good shirt. It's like a definitely like a 90s vibe to it. That's fun.
I like it. It's good shit.
I'll just say that, the other Roman numeral washed off after.
It's a bootleg.
Wash. Well, I mean, I'm assuming she's got it from the store, so.
Yeah, I believe that particular one is from Target.
Is it? Did you get it from Target?
If not, there's a different one at Target.
That's funny. Yeah, she did get it from Target.
Okay. There's another one at like Walmart or something. I've seen.
Oh. That's funny.
These two are just all their energy is drained, man.
Fucking Target. They gotta have better quality control. No, don't. She's apologizing about not having the right WrestleMania number.
Oh, jeez.
I'm not mad. I'm livid, but I'm not going to talk about it.
Sonny Siaki going for a pin. David Young kicks out. Not a lot's happened in the past couple minutes. Hey, I forgot to say. Well, now I'll just wait a couple more seconds, actually. I was going to give you a time cue when we got there, but I'm a little late. We're about to be at an hour and 2 minutes as Siakalypse by David Young.
Well, didn't Siaki hit the spine buster, so they're just hitting each other's finishers?
Oh, see, I don't know why I didn't make that connection, but that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yes, anything you can do, I can do better. And actually, he did hit a pretty nice Siakalypse on Sonny Siaki. David Young climbing to the top rope. It looks like he's going to go for a moonsault, but Sonny Siaki moves out of the way.
David Young does have a decent moonsault. I'll give him that.
Oh, going for the Siakalypse, but nope. Counts a clothesline, drop kicks David Young in the leg, get him down. What's this? Oh. No, David Young reversed the pin, and he got it.
Wow.
Siaki
I was not expecting that finish.
David Young. Wow. Sonny Siaki's pissed. He's yelling at the ref. David Young's like down. He's not even getting up.
Well, he did feel like he was holding his knee, so I don't know if that's like
He clipped him from behind. Dude, David Young might be hurt.
Let's see. Oh, Athena. She's got handcuffs. Okay. What is she doing?
She's handcuffing Sonny Siaki. Well, they're trying. Not doing very good, but
she doesn't know. They don't know what they're doing. Okay. So what does that mean? Great, they're handcuffed to the ropes. What are they going to do to him?
Okay, well, Athena's in the ring with David Young now. They're pointing to... Oh, they're trying to get him to unhook Desire for Athena. They want Sonny Siaki to watch them beat up Desire. Oh, she just slapped David Young after yelling. I feel
like this is kind of like a heel thing to do.
Well, it's like that redemption. Like, we want to see Athena kick her ass.
But I don't know, man. It's just...
I know what you mean.
I don't know if I'd be in the crowd be like, yeah, dude, manhandle this woman. Yeah. Do it. Yeah, great, because now she's about to...
Well, because I don't think David Young's going to beat her up.
I think he's going to hit a spine buster on her.
Okay, well, if that's the case, I get what you're saying.
Why is Athena on the apron?
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Is she waiting for it?
We're good.
And see you later. See? Well, the fans are cheering for it, so okay.
Well, then it worked, I guess, right?
Tennessee fans are different. Now, see, I thought Athena should get the revenge.
So did I, but
David Young did. So, like, Siaki would be acting as how the babyface should be acting. Like, oh my God, my woman got beat up. This is just, everything's in reverse, it feels like, in TNA. Doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, well, welcome to Total Nonstop Action. That's what happens here. Nothing makes sense, but it's entertaining.
Yeah. There's Tootsie. Tootsie seems like as if she's not as motivated as she has been in past weeks.
I agree with that. Goldilocks is like...
She's all like, I don't... Why do you keep on saying Goldilocks?
It's the Lee. The Lee. Goldie, Lali. That keeps fucking me up.
Yeah, right.
Video package for Ron Killings here. I am the shit.
You probably shouldn't have music playing that is louder than the video package's audio when it comes to the promo. Because we can't really hear the previous promos because the music is so loud. That's right, a man won the world title. Which was actually a good promo by Dusty because he didn't ramble.
Whoa, wow, that's a big flashback right there, Bob. That's got to be pay-per-view like
one or two there.
Well, one or two there.
Oh, they're actually showing the power bomb on Jeff Jarrett by Ron Killings.
They were avoiding it last week,
yeah. Later that night, he attacked S.E.X.
Look who was with him.
Was that the same show?
I don't remember that being the same show. Was it?
I don't know. But there's Mabel. Yeah, hit Daniels with that sit-out powerbomb thing.
Look at this combination. They sent this message loud and clear.
What a weird era. You have Bart Gunn and Mabel in TNA. Who would have thought? That makes no sense.
Well, I can tell you what. I did not know Bart Gunn came here, ever. I never knew that.
I'm sure a lot of people didn't know that.
I can't believe it.
Elix Skipper wearing the tag titles, or one of the tag titles, I should say. He's in action.
Say my name.
What time is it? Prime time, baby. You know who should have been there instead of Mabel?
Who's that?
Mountie Brown.
Actually, yeah. That makes a lot of sense. We haven't seen that dude in wicked long.
For a long time.
Around the Truth Killings versus Elix Skipper, it seems like. Oh, look, he's sneaking.
Is he going to have Mabel with him?
Doesn't look like it.
No.
Oh, he's sneaking in, though. He's sneaking. I don't understand why he's coming this way, but here he is.
Yeah, well, he didn't come through the S.E.X way either.
Nah, it's kind of weird.
Dude, the crowd is silent for this guy right now.
Dude. Dead silent.
I wonder if it's because they don't know how to react to him, because he just powerbombed Jeff Jarrett, who is apparently beloved, but he also just choked out Goldilocks. And or he attacks S.E.X, so they're probably just confused. I'm confused.
Who better?
Dude, if Canyon showed up in TNA, sign me up.
Oh, dude, I'd be all for that.
That's awesome. But he'd have to be positively Canyon and pretend like he's DDP.
Truth grabbed a microphone, but Skipper came in from behind. I wasn't ready for a long promo right now, so I'm kind of happy he just attacked him.
No, we need more action. Preferably good action, which has really turned out to be a difficult thing to obtain this week. Skipper just hammered away on Killings. Shoulder block. Basic shit here to start off.
Just running the ropes. We're just running the ropes. Oh. Caught him. Oh. Can make that corkscrew flying forearm jumpy thing.
1, 2 count. Andrew Thomas is left-handed. Just realized that. You don't really see a lot of left-handed anything. Power slam.
I don't know if I've ever noticed. Oh, yeah, look at that. Yeah. Holy shit.
Well, I think Skipper didn't quite kick out of that. But
Yeah,
we'll
Skipper?
just pretend that was 2 count.
I think he either forgot or like something. It was like, that was weird.
He kind of looks like he might be out of it. He looks
Skipper tends to, I feel like.
Whoa. Ooh. Wheelbarrow face buster there. Let's see. 1.
He
2.
kicked out of that one.
Yeah, all right. He might be back. So we have Cash and Lynn still, and then I know we have Jarrett and D'Lo, the title match of the year. And that's actually the only 2 matches we have left, is Cash and Lynn against Jarrett and D'Lo.
We got some stuff to look forward to. I mean, it's nice to see Killings back in the ring here because it's been a while.
Yeah, geez, he just dove over the top rope to take Skipper out on the aisle there. I just wish that they kind of knew what they were doing with Ron. It's like, oh, he's a good guy. Oh, he's a bad guy. Oh, we don't know anymore.
No, I hear ya. It looks like this is his first match since the February 12th show.
Really? So
Yeah.
over a month?
Now, mind you, he's been like doing that thing. He just kind of sits in the crowd and stuff. But
Yeah. He was being the crow.
yeah, they were gonna bring him out in face paint with a baseball bat, but they decided against it.
Yeah, and I think that's why. And they were going to be like, "Who do you want to wrestle?" And he was going to be like, "You know who I want to wrestle." And it would have been Jeff Jarrett, and then they would have fought at Bound for Glory 2005. Could you imagine if they had done that?
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Oh, jeez. Skipper just crotched Ron, but then Ron did like a split-legged swanton. Why?
Ridiculous.
That was weird.
Skipper kicks him in the gut.
Dangerous spot there.
A boot to the midsection. Back kick right to the stomach, as Tenay says. He bumps on the rope when he punches him in the face.
You think we'll ever get another storyline in wrestling where it lasts for like 2 years before there's even the match?
No, never again. You can barely wait a week at this rate in wrestling.
You can barely even wait 40 minutes to do. Well,
even you use a good example. You know, it was as of this. It was just this past week. Like Pentagon Jr. confronted Cody or Penta El Cedro Miedo. He confronted Cody, and they're like, "Hey, next week, Cody and Penta." I'm like, "What?"
That was announced?
Oh yeah, they're doing it next week.
Wow.
I was like, "Wow, we could have built that one up a little, but okay."
Yeah, there's no patience anymore. It's all right.
You're lucky if you get something the last 6 months in wrestling.
I'm trying to think of anytime there's really been a long-lasting angle. You would think in the pandemic era it would be easy because you don't really have a crowd. You could probably drag stuff out. But instead, it's probably even worse that they're just like, okay, well, we'll do it at the top of the hour.
Yeah.
All right. Like Kenny Omega and Christian Cage, I bet you they don't wait till the next pay-per-view to do that. They do that on TV.
Actually, I was thinking a lot about that after we were discussing it, as Skipper hits what I would call an axe kick on. It is. Mike Tenay said it.
That would be an axe kick, yes. Because he didn't do the scissor motion.
Blah, blah, blah. He hit it on the apron.
Exactly.
I have a feeling that was a tease, and a tease is in, I think we're going to wait a while for that. I think Kenny's going to get sidetracked, and I think they're kind of going to wait that one out. Because why do you want to kill Christian by giving him a title match? Because he ain't going to beat Kenny for it.
He ain't win it.
Kenny's about to win the Impact title, so look at that.
Nice spin kick there as Ron Killings was on the guard railing. Speaking of the Impact World title, I saw a GIF of Moose hitting a top rope fall-away slam.
Moonsault fall-away slam.
Moonsault fall-away slam, yeah.
Dude. That match was pretty fucking good.
And the first thing I thought of was Austin and Dallas probably think Hulk Hogan would take that.
I don't know. He wouldn't do the moonsault one, but
yeah.
I thought Moose was going to die when he did that move. Skipper up on the top.
Let me guess. Swan kicked out at 2, though, right?
I don't remember if he went right for a cover, but he ended up winning the match, so it didn't finish it.
I think if my eyes just served me correctly, I think Skipper just did a missile dropkick and landed on his feet.
Whoa, yeah, he did. They just showed a replay.
What the fuck?
Wow. Skipper,
Skipper, I mean, he might be one of the more underrated X Division guys, as Killings just did a vertical suplex into a stunner. Does Skipper ever win the X Division title? I don't know off the top of my head. I don't think he does.
See, I was going to say off the top of my head, I think he does, but maybe not.
I don't know. He probably should have at some point.
Well,
I know he's a former 100 kilos and under champion.
well, listen, I don't want to spoil it for us, but it doesn't look like he does.
Well, I guess we can stop the podcast then because Elix Skipper does not win a singles championship.
I mean, that's kind of sad, to be honest with you, man. But you know what? I guess if you think about it, he does end up really. Yeah, there's a big ass back body drop.
I didn't know if Skipper was going to tuck his head in time.
I hate when they do that, you know?
Yeah, man. Like
Killing's running into Skipper in the corner. But, you know, Skipper really ends up sticking tag team wise for a while after this, does he not? I mean, he's kind of just in Triple X for a while.
Actually, yeah, I think you're right. He's mostly in Triple X. I know for a brief time he has a tag team with David Young. There's a scissors kick there by Ron Gilliam.
I mean, it's still an axe kick, but yeah. Hey, Daniel's ringside. Tries to hit Killings, but Killings ducks and then slaps him in the face. The Skipper going to take advantage here. Ooh, belly to back suplex.
Belly to belly suplex there, Dallas.
Well, he had his belly to the back.
No, he was literally facing him, and that's called a belly to belly suplex.
He slammed him on his back. I'm pretty sure in the video game it's called that, but I know what you mean.
No, a belly to back suplex is when he's got him on the back suplex.
I guess, yeah, you're right. I'll give you that one. Okay, fine. Oh, you had a belly to belly suplex. Hey, they're on the top rope here. Holy shit.
Oh, I think that's the Truth or Consequences off the middle rope.
It is. Bob called that move right. No worries, guys. Here we go. We got a 3 count.
Oh, I beat him clean in the middle. Now Daniels is pissed. Get up, Ron. Get up, Ron. Here I go. Step up Inseguri kick. Where's Mabel? There he is. Right on cue.
Shit.
Yeah, Nelson Knight. Tanay called him Nelson Knight. That's his real name. Here he goes. This guy is enormous compared to Skipper and Daniels. There it is again. A sit-out freaking powerbomb thing on Skipper.
Destroying him.
Yeah, he's probably dead. And then, he's picking him up. What is he going to do? My favorite version of Viscera is when he's the love machine guy and he like humps guys on the mat. That's my favorite version.
Killings whips him into the corner onto both Skipper and Daniels.
So next week is going to be what? Ron Killings and Nelson Knight against Triple X, right? For the tag title?
I mean, that would make the most sense. What is happening? We just immediately cut to Goldilocks, and there's a bar as if there's going to be shows on the bottom, and then they never came, so they took it off.
I think that Nelson Knight should go up to Lollipop and be like, "You're mine now, girl."
We got a video.
The love machine, right? That was his thing, like a love machine or something?
Yeah. So Eric Watt sent in a video package. Let's see what that is.
In his living room, okay.
Hey, Jeff, I know you got a big match this week, okay?
This is definitely a VHS tape, right?
Yes. Brian.
Oh, he's with Brian Urlacher. Okay.
Yeah, sure.
You don't know who Brian Urlacher is. He is a linebacker for the Chicago Bears in the NFL.
He looks really excited to be here for this video.
You don't care. He's probably like, dude, you sucked at Louisville. Why am I even talking to you? Was he even invited? No.
If you're invited.
Oh my God. Neil McCoy.
Who's that?
I don't know. Ira Dean. I don't know who that is either. What is that guy doing? He was like touching her head. Is that a... Oh, that's a guy. I thought Ira Dean was a woman. But then I realized that he has a goatee. It's Tim McGraw. He wants Eric Watts to go to his party. They're on a flip phone, so that's definitely 2003.
It's a Watts thing, baby. See you at Shoney's, Jeff. Ham cubes.
Shoney's. Isn't that Scott Steiner's?
He has a he had it. Now they closed because of the pandemic, but he did have a Shoney.
Mark Ripon. He's a former NFL quarterback. I know that guy. Who is that? Jim McMahon?
Yes, they said that. I don't know who that is though.
He is a Chicago Bears quarterback. He won the Super Bowl.
They got Bob's on here, you know, to name all these weird sports guys. Tell me I don't know how to call moves. It's great.
Well, you don't know how to call moves. You don't know how to pronounce people. John Daly, he's an alcoholic. Drinking a beer, so it fits. Perfect.
Yeah, man. I'm just here for the entertainment part. Bob's the knowledge machine.
I don't know about that. Knowledge is a stretch.
Well, this is officially the worst video package I've ever seen in TNA.
Yeah, well, it's just Eric Watts hanging out with other secondary and third level celebrities. I mean, I guess Brian Urlacher is probably the most famous out of the bunch.
Yet to come tonight. X Division title match.
Jeff,
Jerry Lynn.
Jerry Lynn. We got Jeff Jarrett and D'Lo Brown.
But Don. Oh, what's going to go on next week? Let's hear it. We got so much, even though we got 2 title matches.
I was going to say, how would they know?
Wait. Oh my God, Jeff Hammond. He's going to be here from Fox Sports and NASCAR and commentate one of the matches. Woo! Who?
Hermie's back.
Yes.
Tom's reading his notes. He forgot what he's talking about.
Dusty Rhodes. He's
going
to take on Brian Lawler in a ladder match. And Perry Saturn.
Oh. Perry Saturn is Mike Barton or Bart Gunn next week. Okay.
Sandman's Armed Asylum match. That means strategically placed throughout the building will be weapons to be used by Sandman, New Jack, against the Harris Brothers. Now we're talking. New Jack and Sandman versus the Harris Brothers in an armed something match.
Armed Asylum.
Armed Asylum.
So what does that mean?
They're strategically placed weapons. Did you not listen to the man?
So it's a street fight.
Yes. But you
right.
But you have to use the weapons that are around the building.
What, dude?
Look,
Okay.
Lynn has no stranger to the X. Cash is king. Trinity's involvement. What's going to go on in this match?
Well, Trinity just got hit with a DDT, so she's probably going to not be involved.
I mean,
I would hope, at least. Let her recover.
Dun it.
Dun
Dun
it.
it.
Dun it. Dun it. Dun it. Dun it. Dun it. Dun it. Dun it. Jerry, can he regain the X Division Championship from Kid Cash?
I'm saying he's going to win it.
Well, it could happen because if Cash is hurt.
That's sort of why I think he's going to win.
Yeah. So,
Kid,
you know what's
Kid
funny?
Cash has a new theme song. Oh yeah, dude. He's wicked hurt. You can tell he's limping.
He's limping pretty bad.
Damn it.
Aces and Eights actually came out through the crowd too, like they're S.E.X. That's weird.
Oh, that's a good point. Yeah, they did. At one point, LAX, when they came back, they had like their own entrance too, and they also like came out through the crowd.
They had a border.
Is that what it was supposed to be?
They had their entrance, but they were also like, if you cross our border to the Spanish announce table,
I don't remember that too much, but that's awesome.
Yeah. Because we'll get to it in about 3 years. But I remember when like Christopher Daniels and AJ feuded with LAX. Daniels was like, "Well, I'm gonna jump your border," and then Conan's like, "I dare ya," and then they brawled or whatever.
That's kind of that's rough.
Well, it's 2006 TNA. It's whatever.
Yeah. Here's Jerry Lynn. He's a former X Division champion and current number contender.
Dallas.
Yeah.
Is there a glitch on my screen, or does Jerry Lynn look as if he's thin as fuck?
Yeah, he does. He looks very, very thin.
What happened? He before was kind of bulky. Now this is like the thinnest I've ever seen him.
He does look really thin. I was thinking the same thing, but I didn't know if I was crazy.
Oh my god! I don't think I've ever noticed that before.
The current reigning and defending.
That's crazy. What the hell was he eating?
Probably not much.
I mean, I know he used to eat a lot of peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, but that was back when he worked for like USWA and lived in his car. It's like not even. This is like Captain America, but like CGI. He's got like the body, but his head doesn't fit the body.
It's like his arms specifically are looking quite small compared to what it normally looks like.
Yeah, but even his. Oh my god, you're right. His arms for sure, but his torso is like. No, it doesn't make any sense.
He had to get slimmer. He's not fighting the luchadors. Now he's fighting the X Division guys. He's got to get down a little.
I am shocked by how small he looks. Wow. Because he just wrestled last week. He did not look like this.
Not that I noticed.
Wow. That's crazy. I mean, good for him if he's healthy, but like, geez. What a transformation.
We're doing our typical technical shit here in the beginning. I'm sure they're both going to stand up and crowd's going to cheer any minute.
There it is. Leg sweeps and counters and then a standoff, and the crowd's like, oh, wait, we got to clap. 2 people stood up, and that was it.
Yeah, no help from Trinity tonight because she got fucking even flowed.
Yeah, so you look at Cash is definitely limping pretty hard. That standing somersault probably didn't help matters, and it looks like it's his left knee that is kind of banged up here.
Yeah, if I had to take a guess, I don't know if he's going to make it out of this one.
What do you mean you don't think he's going to make it out of this one? You think he's going to die?
No, I think he's going to lose the title. Make it out as champion, okay?
I think Conan, before when he was like, oh, I respect you now, I think he's going to screw over Jerry.
Really?
Yeah.
I think that story's done. Conan's going to Puerto Rico. And D'Lo's not going to win because he's also going to Puerto Rico.
Okay, yeah. So I was going to ask you, those were the 2 guys that did the promos or whatever?
Yeah. I think the next time we see Conan, he's going to have a group of guys with him, and they're going to be rapping. I'm just throwing guesses out, okay?
Don't wish that on me, please.
Dude.
Beware 3 live. Oh,
stop it! We're not there yet. Yeah, everyone's chanting Jerry. Kid Cash, he's holding the rope. This dude can barely walk, and he's wrestling in the next division.
He's literally, yeah, he is.
It's bad, man.
I noticed it must be a bad injury.
I noticed it when he came out to help Trinity and then backed away. Yeah. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if that's part of the reason why he didn't help Trinity is because they were like, you can't run in the ring and help her right now. You're hurt.
Oh, maybe.
I mean, they've sort of teased this stuff anyways, but I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Irish Whip and Jerry Lynn, he's coming back.
Sunset flip.
Some
basic counter shit. Bridging out of a pin attempt. They're backslide. Oh. Moneymaker?
No, Jerry Lynn kind of counters it there. Cash still trying to get it in. Jerry reverses it. Kicked him in the gut. Oh. He's going to hit him with a Gordy special? Or put the submission in. Gory special, excuse me.
Gory special, yeah. I thought he was going to do like a cop killer there, or the gringo killer. Or the vertebraker, whatever you want to call it. Oh, clothesline there by Jerry. I feel as if this match is going to be heavily toned down because of Cash's injury.
Yeah. Now, the interesting thing about this match is, do you remember when Kid Cash got a shot at Jerry Lynn's X Division Championship a long time ago? They had to insert, I believe it was like Amazing Red into the match because they made it seem like Kid Cash and Lynn wasn't going to be a big enough draw.
Was it Amazing Red? Or was it...
Wasn't it? Or was it Styles?
I think it was Styles.
Regardless. They didn't...
Oh, he missed the freaking leg drop over the middle rope and he fell to the floor. That's some bullshit.
Shit.
I'm pretty sure it was AJ.
It might have been AJ. It was that time where they were all kind of getting mixed up in it. I'll try to look at it too, but I mean, regardless.
Cash came off the apron there to head scissors Lynn into the guard railing.
It was what, 2002?
I'm pretty sure it was AJ.
No, I think you might be right. Okay.
Because I think didn't AJ come out and say, "Oh, I'm going to get my rematch tonight," and we were like, "Well, why would you want to do it in a triple threat?"
Yeah, very, very well could have been. Oh, yeah, it is. It was November 13th.
Okay.
Yep, and it's Styles.
Lynn countering a suplex back into the ring. Sends Cash into the ropes, but Cash hits him on the back, and he hits a swinging neckbreaker like he's the honky-tonk man. He holds on for a fisherman buster over his knee, the bad knee, so I don't know how that made any sense. That was not a spinning neckbreaker. I don't know what Tanae's talking about. Got a 2 count. Now he's got a modified
like an armbar.
Armbar. Yeah.
We've just crossed the hour 32 minute mark. We're at an hour 32 minutes and 10 seconds.
Jerry. I just want this D'Lo Jeff Jarrett match to happen already.
Well, we definitely hit this. I'd say this show has been a slow build. They made us wait for the 2 matches we wanted to see.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it helps that the first 18 minutes of the show was promos.
And then they had a match, and then there was more promo.
And the match was Brian Lawler beating Chris Harris. That's just...
Lynn getting the boot up in the corner, running back at Cash. Cash tosses him over. Lynn push him against rope. Cash holding on, though. Jerry Lynn rolls back. Tilt-a-Whirl backbreaker by Jerry Lynn to Kid Cash.
Cover 1, 2. Cash kicks out. Don West exasperated. Oh, he stun gunned him.
Okay, I can either... Okay, new decision. If Jerry Lynn doesn't win, if Kid Cash retains, then maybe he's better than he's acting, and then he's just going to play possum and roll him up quick or something.
So you think Cash is faking the injury?
Do I actually think of that? No. But if it does, I'm going to pop for it, because he did really good if that is the case.
I don't think he's faking it.
I don't either, but... I mean,
look, come on. He's hobbling pretty bad.
I'm just throwing guesses out, okay?
I think Konnan gets involved, and then Mike Tenay is going to be like, there's an exploding ring match, Jerry Lynn against Konnan in Puerto Rico. Check it out. So, channel 780 on your dish.
On your dish. Kid Cash up on... Oh! Springboard moonsault.
Wow. Good for him to hit the springboard.
Wow.
Oh, I thought he was going to get him off that. Springboard moonsault off the top rope.
Lynn kicked out. Don West is like, that looked like 3, Mike.
Well, it wasn't, Donald. Oh, backdrop to the apron. Cash lands on his feet. I think we're going to get the leg drop over the middle rope here, folks. No, we're not. Damn it.
I was really hoping.
Cash dropped Lynn over the top rope throw first again, and now he's waiting on the apron. Springboard. Clothesline attempt, but Jerry hit a dropkick instead in midair. They're both knocked down. Sounds like the perfect opportunity for Konnan to come out. We got a replay here. I feel like Don and Tenay have kind of cooled off on the whole, we need a replay! Show us the replay, guys, in the truck!
Well, there was a time that if we did the thing where you were taking shots every time they did it, I'd get really worried about your safety.
I'd be dead.
We've definitely calmed down where it's like you'd just be you'd have a buzz going.
Yeah. Well, and I also feel like that was back when we had about 4 X Division matches.
That's a
Like,
really great point.
Per show, and now we don't. When slammed, Cash down, he's going to the middle rope. That's a leg drop. Not the equivalent of the leg drop over the middle rope. Cash kicks out at 2 again. I think that we need a triple threat match in TNA. Bobby Eaton against Brian Lawler against Jerry Lynn.
What?
Lynn got a 2 count with a sit-down powerbomb. What?
Wait, why do we need that match?
The battle of the leg drops.
Jesus Christ.
The Alabama Jam, the Tennessee Jam, hip-hop drop, and then Jerry Lynn's metal rope leg drop.
That'd be quite the match.
If Bobby Eaton doesn't show up in TNA, I'm going to be pissed. Oh.
At this point, dude, if Bart Gunn can show up, literally anyone can.
Anybody. Cassius threw Lynn down to the mat face first, and he could not get the 3 count. What? Don West just said he never thought they would keep this match so close to the ground. I don't know what that means.
He probably expected more like, although Jerry Lynn doesn't fly necessarily too much.
No, he doesn't. He's more of the technical aspect of the X Division.
Yeah, I mean, Kid Cash is hurt, and he's done more than I expected, to be honest, in this match.
To do a springboard moonsault on a bum knee, I mean, that's a little insane. I mean, Raven's burnt out from cutting his forehead. Reverse DDT by Jerry Lynn. That's going to get a 2 count. I mean, this has been okay.
I don't think it's been bad. Oh, I thought he was going to go for the cradle pile driver, but whoa. Oh, he's going to go for the TKO.
I saw that from a mile away.
But the referee's been hit. Oh, wait, who's this?
Conan?
Who is that? It's like the Black Spider. It's
Black Scorpion.
Scorpion. Yeah. You know what I'm getting at.
Okay, so that masked guy just hit a tornado DDT on Lynn, and then Cash got the win.
Wow.
I bet you that was Trinity.
No.
Yeah.
I bet it was Shark Boy.
Nah, I think it's Trinity. That's my guess.
Dude, we've been cutting away from the ring like very quick a lot tonight.
Well, we gotta get the lollipop booty shots in.
I mean, listen, I ain't complaining. I'm just saying.
We got some shows here. NWA Wildside TV taping, Cornelia, GA. There was another show like in Mississippi or something, but who cares?
Thank God. Let's take a look at the history.
If the history of D'Lo and Jeff, okay. Well, it's been 2 goddamn weeks. Like, what are we talking about? Wait, is he doing his entrance? Oh no. Jarrett versus Brown.
It's all about
business. I thought they were going to show footage from like WWF in 1999.
Oh my God.
We licensed it. So here's that episode from Raw.
I'm glad we're seeing history of 2 weeks right in front of our eyes here.
Well, it's one of the longest running angles in the company's this got going on right now.
Hey, Raven still hasn't got his shot. He came in January 29th?
Yeah, I think so. Was it? Yeah. I think you're right.
It was the end of January. I'm pretty sure.
It's either the 22nd or 29th, yeah. D'Lo, if you win the belt, you're gonna march on down to that S.E.X. locker room, and you're gonna be part of our family. And D'Lo's like, you know what? Let me think about it. Let me be dramatic. I watch General Hospital, and I know that you gotta look far away. And you gotta look over. There's nobody over there for me to look at. But then I'm gonna turn around dramatically, and then Jeff's gonna be like, "What's your decision?" And he's gonna be like, "I'm gonna do it." No, slowly raise your head up. Slowly raise your head up. There you go.
I'm gonna whip it back.
I
How's it
was
gonna
hoping,
feel when your ass was down with the brown next week?
I was hoping he was gonna say, "How are you gonna feel when your ass is grass?"
Ready? Here's the concussion coming.
Oh
Ready?
yeah, that's right. Let me just wobble my head. Let's flip over the table. How's my title? Jeff's like, chill, dude. Chill, man. You're crazy. You shouldn't have turned around. I got a chair, pal. And then there it is. He got his hands up, though.
I know. I'm actually.
Maybe it's when he fell.
Well, no, he got busted open hard way, too, they said. Oh, look.
Oh, yeah, right there.
Yeah, there's the stitches. Look at that. Hey, they said there's not allowed to be filming in there. Here we are right now. I'm not liars.
Oh, he's back doing his lowdown gimmick. With the headdress. With Tiger Alley Singh. What? Come on.
Oh, it comes home to him. Duh.
Well, he was never the NWA World Champion, so how was it coming home with him? Okay, we get it. D'Lo Brown, Jeff Jarrett. Jarrett vs. Brown, okay.
It's all about business.
All about business.
Or is it?
Oh, okay. What's the enemy? It's all about the title. And here we go. NWA Heavyweight. Oh, yeah. TNA just even said incredible video package by Jeremy Borash. Have they mentioned that before?
You know, I think we've read about it ourselves, but I don't know if they personally mentioned it on air.
Yeah.
That shirt sucks.
No, it looks good. What kind of picture for D'Lo there?
Here's the tail.
6'3", 6'1", 268 to 238. Jarrett, longest reign of the TNA era. Lowdown versus the Stroke. Future of NWA-TNA at stake. Okay. Jarrett getting ready.
Warming up. Why are we warming up? This is the last match. Get the fuck out here. We have less than 15 minutes left of the show.
You've been able to warm up for the last hour, 43 minutes, and 22 seconds. What are you talking about? Is that okay? D'Lo's coming out right now, I think.
Oh, wait a second.
Oh, he's attacking him backstage. That's smart. There you go, D'Lo.
Okay, well, we're backstage in this weird little hallway.
Yeah, were they both hanging out at Gorilla, and then he just was like, let me beat you up real quick?
What the hell? We're like, we're behind the stage, but like where?
Yes,
here we are. Okay, we're coming out the side, the left side if you're looking at it.
Yeah. Lollipop better get out of the way. I don't want her getting hurt.
No way, dude. Okay, we're fighting through the crowd, so this checks off one part of the Jeff Jarrett match here.
Brawling in the crowd, yeah.
Are you down with the Brown?
D'Lo Brown, baby. Go get him.
Look, that kid right there is me. Okay, I'm going to take a picture. They're fighting right in front of me. Okay. Got it. Got it. And then you start cheering again. Woo, yeah.
Wait, that kid does look like you.
Maybe. I wish it was me.
Well, like 2003 version. I've seen your pictures where you had that weird strangly hair there.
So, yeah, they just had D'Lo with a chair. Match hasn't started yet, so it doesn't really matter, but...
No, I guess this wouldn't count as like the ring time. It's like if you are the type of person that likes to document how long a match lasts, this does not add to that because the bell has not sounded.
No, and I think we got about 10 minutes left of this show. We've just crossed the hour 45 minute and 15 second mark.
I would even say probably less than that.
Oh shit, who's this? Glenn? Fucking Glenn Gilberti.
Yeah, I knew it.
He's trying to grab Jarrett, but like didn't.
He did. Well, it's the baby oil. He probably slipped right through his finger.
Yeah, that's true.
That literally added nothing. He just looked like an idiot who couldn't grab Jeff Jarrett.
Dude, yeah, that was pretty bad.
No, now we're at ringside.
He just slammed Jarrett off of the steps.
Roll him in the ring there, D'Lo.
Okay, Glenn's ringside.
Right hands. Yeah, where's Mike Sanders? We haven't seen Mike Sanders this week.
Oh. Could it be the end of Mike Sanders in TNA?
I feel like if I jinxed it, it'd probably come out. Oh, that's like a spine buster, but D'Lo didn't go down with it for a 2 count. Jarrett still got plenty of fight left. He's like, no, man, I ain't going down. D'Lo something sex. I don't know what that's.
Yeah, I don't know what it says either. Stomping a mud hole and Jeff Jarrett in the corner. And Drew Thomas is like, please just get him out of the corner, please. So he's like, okay, I'll throw him out.
I'll send him to the floor.
No I'm assuming the bell rang, but I don't know if I heard it.
I'm gonna assume it did as well. I mean, they were in the ring, for goodness sake.
Yeah, so the bell. So if you're counting, you probably just watch it because I don't know what time it started. Glenn watching on here.
Gilberti's gonna do something in this match.
Oh yeah, 100%. D'Lo's got a steel chair. He's playing dirty tonight.
It's all about business, man.
Okay, he's laying Jarrett up against the ring post.
Oh, he's gonna kill him.
He's like, remember what you did to me? Oh, he didn't do the hand gimmick where you're like supposed to hurt your hands.
He did.
A little.
He like waited. He
forgot
like
and then he remembered.
Yes, 100%. Yeah, because he's like, what? Boom, psh, and he's like, oh wait.
Oh, my hand. Yeah. Oh, Jarrett throwing D'Lo on the table, the reinforced announce table of TNA.
Oh, break it so I get Chipotle for life. Oh, come on, Jeff. Do it, Jeff.
Jeff's standing on top, kicking D'Lo, and now he's going down and he's punching him.
Dallas, that thing is not even. It's not even budging.
Dude, I'm telling you, it's.
If that was a WWE announce table, it would have broke when Jeff Jarrett stood on it.
Oh yeah. Jarrett's got the chair now. Look at Glenn. Pulling it. Jarrett didn't want to
doing something right. There you go. Screw you, Disco. Oh, DDT on the floor by D'Lo. So you know how D'Lo kind of delayed reacted to the chair hitting the post. Do you remember that WCW thing where Lex Luger hit Goldberg with a chair and Goldberg waited like 10 seconds to be like, oh, ouch.
Yeah, I think I do.
From behind. That was pretty good. He's got the devastating sleeper hold here by D'Lo Brown.
You know Jarrett's calling the match like, hey, put me in a sleeper.
Gotta kill time, brother. I ran out of stuff. We've already used the chair. We've already brawled. What else can we do? Just choke him out, man. That's what I would do. You know what? I would put ether on my forearms and then put people in the sleeper hold and they would pass out.
Wow.
What are you doing? That's a perfect angle if I've ever seen one.
I mean, that's one way.
You just have to be careful not to raise your own arms to your face, because then you would pass out.
Oh my God. Jarrett got his arm up before he was about to hit the 3.
Can you believe it? Jeff Jarrett did not pass out in a sleeper hold. That never happens.
Oh, wait. Oh, he tried to put him in another one. Jarrett reverses it. Stalling suplex. And down with the Brown.
Whoa. They're both down. This has been a 45-minute classic encounter. Probably the first guy up is going to win. That's my guess here. Gilberti is just yelling. D'Lo is getting up first here, so that means D'Lo's probably going to win. Oh, Jarrett blocks a right, punches him. D'Lo coming off the rope, misses another right. Jarrett with a right hand. Jarrett with more right hands. Jarrett with a backdrop. Boom.
This is it. He's going to win. He's hyping up.
He's doing his Bret Hart 5 moves of doom here. Drop kick. That was a nice drop kick.
Yeah, it was a nice drop.
I thought D'Lo was too close, but he still hit it.
D'Lo over the back. Kicks him in the gut. He's going for the stroke. He just hit Jarrett with the stroke.
No one kicks out of the stroke. 1, 2. But Jeff Jarrett does. D'Lo can't believe it. Are you fucking kidding me? I've hit that move 1 time in my whole career, and he kicked out. I can't believe it. Sky high, Jeff Jarrett.
Jesus.
1, 2. Oh, we just saw this same story in the Sonny Siaki David Young match.
Yeah, that's weird. That's really, really weird.
That's just bad agenting right there.
And we just saw that in the last match. Someone hit the referee, Jarrett.
Yeah, great. Here comes Gilberti. That's my cue. I gotta go get you, Jeff. And there's the Diamond Cutter Stunner. Don Wesley, this can't happen like this. No way. Jeff Jarrett's left leg is definitely not close enough to the freaking rope for him to put his leg on. D'Lo made it even closer. Andrew Thomas 1, 2.
Oh, shit.
Kick out. I thought maybe Jeff would get his foot on the bottom rope, but he didn't. He kicked out. He's killing Gilberti's finisher. Gotta love it.
Not that it really did much. Anyway.
It did not. Elbow by Jerry in the corner. He's going to go to the top rope. Andrew Thomas is standing awkwardly right behind D'Lo. What's going to happen here? I don't know. A crossbody by Jeff Jarrett.
That was bad. That was wicked bad.
That's not good.
Here
Why would you be
Gilberti
right
again.
behind the guy? Gilberti. What is he going to do? Oh, Mike Sanders, I heard, is somewhere at ringside. Jarrett throws Gilberti to the floor. Mike Sanders with some red-looking pants just decked Jarrett with the title. He's freaking pumped up. Jarrett's laid out in the middle of the ring. D'Lo.
Wait, Mike Sanders dyed his hair black also?
Yeah, he did. Oh, he did.
Wow.
Oh, God. That didn't look good. Here we go. 1, 2. I think his hand hit the ground, hit the mat.
It did.
So D'Lo would be the NWA world champion, but Andrew Thomas is just having a rough night tonight. Jarrett ducks a clothesline, double clothesline. This match has been going on for 1 hour and 10 minutes. What a classic encounter. Neither man can really even stand up. Andrew Thomas doesn't know where he's at. He thinks he's in Jacksonville. Here's Raven.
Is he just going to sit down again?
He abducted a woman earlier in the night, and now he's back sitting in the corner just watching. If I was Andrew Thomas, I'd be ringing the bell because there's about 2 guys that should not be in the ring. Sanders waiting. He just super kicked D'Lo Brown as if he's Shawn Michaels and D'Lo Brown is Diesel. Jeff Jarrett punching Sanders to the floor. Here comes the stroke. He hits it. 1, 2, and he pins D'Lo Brown. Well, Dallas, that certainly was a cluster. Okay, Raven stood up. Uh-oh. Jeff, watch out. Jeff. Oh, he spun him around. Okay, he's talking to him. Who's this? Oh, it's security. Okay. Chris Vaughn's in there. That Rick Santel guy is there. That manager dude is in there.
Glenn.
Nobody else that I know.
There's the rest of S.E.X.
There's the rest of S.E.X. Sonny Siaki's in there. Harris brother. Sanders, okay. Yeah, who knows? Well, he got punched to the floor, I think.
Jarrett says, clear the ring.
Oh, he wants just Raven. Raven's like, I got this. I have a sweatshirt on. And I wear a skirt.
I like that the security was like, okay, fine.
Well, he is the owner, guys. We gotta probably listen.
It's an exploding ring, so everyone's gotta go.
It's a human cage match. Lumberjack.
Wait, here's Alexis Laree.
Oh, wait, she was abducted earlier.
Wait, she's beating up Jeff Jarrett.
She's just pulling. Oh, God. No.
Oh, wow.
Okay, so what's going to happen is Jeff's going to be like, I didn't know it was Alexis Laree. I'm sorry.
Whoa.
So we just finished the show off with Jeff Jarrett killing Alexis Laree with a chair shot. It was not protected.
No. And yeah, we immediately went off the air.
The runtime for that was 155:13. Yikes.
Yeah, so it was. So I'm just going to say this right off the bat, okay? Jeff Jarrett title matches drive me absolutely insane because he literally, I mean, it's very obvious. It's like, okay, we got to get through literally every single obstacle, and then I win the match.
Yeah.
And that's a lot for me. Like, I really don't like it because why has he got to be a superhero every time? Can't he just like to me, why can't he just have the match and win? Like, why do we got to be a superhero?
Yeah, he's trying to be like the Tennessee version of Hulk Hogan. But even Hogan wasn't that bad. I mean, like, Hogan wasn't about to beat the entire locker room in one match. Or like an entire stable in one match. But that seems to be like Jarrett's MO here.
That's just the part that gets me, man. Is it's just too much at once. Like, it wouldn't be so bad, I feel like, if it was just he won the match. Okay, that sucks. But it's like, he literally just beat up Mike Sanders, Glenn Gilberti. He beat D'Lo. So I mean, he's knocking literally just everyone off, and it's just like, it's just a lot.
Yeah. It is too much.
I mean, what did you think of the show? Like, where are you at for this? For me, I feel like it's a very average show. So I'm more in the middle. I feel like, even though realistically, it was certainly not a good show.
Yeah, I mean, I'm in the middle too, but again, similar to last week,
same thing. Yeah,
I'm going probably more towards a thumbs down if I had to choose.
That's kind of what I sort of feel the same. I think I'm going to join you on that.
Anytime you start a pay-per-view with 20 minutes of non-wrestling, that's just tough. Again, it's different if it were to be just regular TV.
Yeah,
that's totally different. But in the context of, hey, I spent $10 to watch the show, and I got to go almost 20 minutes with just guys talking or video packages or whatever, and then your first match is Brian Lawler beating Chris Harris. So you're looking at a half hour into your show, and you're like, oh my god, this is not a good start to my Wednesday night.
Well, we're missing that. What used to really draw us in, better for a lot of these shows is like starting off with a really hot X Division match and then going to a promo, and then whatever else, And I think that's a very big missing piece that we really haven't had in a long time. I feel like.
I think that TNA, we're past the era of TNA where their focus was on the young X Division guys. And then, you have your Jarrett main events. Right now, it is primarily like former WCW mid-card guys and WWE cast-offs.
It really is. And, that's kind of a bummer.
Yeah. I mean, you look at the cards, it's incredible how many are not really TNA guys.
Oh, for sure.
Every match is at least, former ECW guy, former WCW guy from the late 90s. Yeah. And next week doesn't sound to be really any different.
Mm-hmm.
So I think eventually they kind of veer back into the, focus of the X Division, which is what they should have been doing to begin with. And they kind of do go back to TNA, homegrown talents, and I use that in quotes.
Yeah.
But right now we're just kind of, it's like an identity crisis.
No, it does kind of.
What are we doing? Yeah, they don't know what they should be building on.
Mm-hmm. No, I agree with that completely. Well, next week we know we have this Sandman and New Jack versus the Harris brothers in the match I already forgot the name of. The
Armed Asylum
match. How do you expect me to remember like that? It's so random.
I don't know. But apparently the whole idea is that there's going to be weapons strategically place all around the ring or around the arena.
Yep.
You're then supposed to use them, which is essentially a street fight.
Yeah, correct. And we also have the ladder match between Dusty Rhodes and Brian Lawler.
Kill me now.
Let me tell you, if I had to buy this show and that's all I knew, I would not be buying this show.
Well, you're also forgetting Perry Saturn against Bart Gunn.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that match definitely would draw me in.
So that's going to be happening next week as well. Plus, I'm sure we're going to see Jeff Jarrett and Raven, maybe Jerry Lynn, Kid Cash would probably be appearing. Maybe AJ Styles. We didn't see AJ Styles. Oh yeah, wait, yeah, we did at the start, didn't we?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So maybe we'll see AJ Styles next week too. I don't know. I just wish we had more X Division stuff. I miss when like Tony Mamaluke would almost break his neck or something.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully that's just around the corner, and then we can get back to what we love, you know.
Yeah, and hopefully we get Raven against Jarrett at some point in our lifetime. That would be nice.
Yeah, that would be good.
You can't wait too long before you decide to do it. Because if you wait too long, then we're just gonna be like, I'm not interested anymore.
Yeah, we're waiting way too long for that. But why not? Just kill time. Who cares?
Slow build, baby.
That's right.
Slow build. All right, Dallas, you got anything else for this week or no?
No, man. I think that pretty much covers it. Hopefully next week we can start to try to give a couple more thumbs up for these shows again.
Yeah, that would be. That'd be preferred. I'd also like to actually enjoy watching TNA for once in my life. I feel like I've gone on for almost a month now, consistently saying that was not fun. So I'd like to change that. But next week is a new week. So we will find out. Will Armed Asylum be worth the watch? We'll find out next week. For Dallas Gridley, I am Bob Colling Jr., and this has been the TNA Cross the Line podcast.
Dodging bullets.